unfamiliar path with a pulse of its own.
3, 2, 1.
Final Encountercast. Interesting conflicts, not conflicts of interest.
Typical corporate bullshit.
With your hosts, Nate, Robbie, Chris, Nika, and Callie. FinalEncountercast.com.
Ready? Get set? Go!
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Final Encountercast. Twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio starting at 1 p.m. Appreciate having you along today. It's going to be a good episode, guys. It's going to be a good episode. So we had talked about this a little bit on Limit Break Radio. We threw the bone out there for people to take. That
people ate up that boner.
That we were gonna do an homage today to Opie and Anthony.
Is that what we're calling it?
The great, we're stealing the bit. We're stealing it.
We're blatantly stealing from them.
But if
we gave it a clever pun nickname.
Yeah, if you call it an homage, though, you know what I mean. Like it takes some of the sting off the steal. Anyway, that show's no longer a thing, but it was a great radio show. They used to do this bit called Jocktober, which was kind of a riff on Rocktober that schlocky rock DJs would do in October, and instead they would focus all of their content on the jocks themselves. So we're going to do the same thing. We dangled the invitation out there for anyone who wanted to submit their podcast to Final Encountercast's version of Jocktober, which we're calling Juxtober.
And did you guys reply?
Yeah, we actually got a couple of responses. So we're going to be doing Final Encountercast's version of Juxtober, and then we've also got Juxtober happening today over on Limit Break Radio as well. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a very fun show.
It's going to be a mean show.
Well, especially considering that our very own Juxta was the one who curated the whole thing.
Well, it wouldn't...
Did you make me do all this because of the name Juxtober?
Absolutely.
I was going to say, well, you also have to keep in mind that Nika wouldn't have been able to do it, so she's out. And, me and Joe are busy doing checkpoint stuff, and we actually have lives, and all you do is drive around pizza listening to stuff anyway, so you were the logical choice.
That's
the
right.
logical choice is to have an intern do it.
That's true.
That is true. That is true.
This would have been Papa Woody if we still had him.
Yeah, whatever. I thought Papa Woody had a free weekend here coming up that he was going to...
Yeah.
Is that happening?
Yeah, in the future.
Oh.
It's on the calendar.
Oh.
Look at the calendar.
I never looked at it.
It's not next week, is it?
I was going to say, I hope it's next week.
Because if it's next week, he's going to be bummed out.
By the way...
I'm keeping track of Papa Woody, don't worry.
Okay.
He's not crossing any streets, like, blindly or anything.
That's the thing. That's the thing. There are some listeners who think that there was a bit of a fallout between us and Papa Woody, and there was absolutely not a fallout between us and Papa Woody.
Well, there was no bad blood.
To be fair, you didn't... have you talked to him since then?
I mean,
every time it came up, every time it comes up, Nate's always like, I keep meaning to let him know that there's no hard feelings, but I always forget.
He was here for that one episode.
He was. That's right. He did show up that one day.
Yeah.
Me and Nate have talked to him. Have you guys talked to him?
That's right.
Joe and Scalia.
Have you?
And
Joe and Scalia, yeah.
And Callie.
Joe Scalia, Callie.
Scalia.
Yeah, Joe Scalia. There we go.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, I need to take a drink.
Anyway, we would have normally had an intern do that, but we are fresh out of interns these days. We need
more people to abuse.
We need a fresh pack of interns in here.
Well, I haven't told you about this, but I may have a lead on an intern in the next couple months.
Is that right?
I thought you were going to say in the next 12 years or so.
No. No, I would not subject my daughter to that.
He's right up our alley. In fact, when he was telling me about it, he's like, we just have to wait for him to drop out of college first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like
yeah,
6 weeks or so.
We do attract college dropouts.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We exploit college dropouts.
Yeah, we sure do.
Yeah.
Oh, those starry-eyed fools.
That's right. We can bring him into the studio, make him drink goldfish or some stupid...
He said he wouldn't do that because it's mean to the live goldfish. So a dead one is fine.
Excuse me.
He drink a dead goldfish? Wait a minute.
Yeah, he'd drink a dead one, but not a live one.
Okay, so here's the bit. We have to have a live goldfish execution on the show.
Yeah, I was like, he has to murder the goldfish
That's
first,
right.
and then he can drink it.
Wait,
right.
we get an extra goldfish cam and we just set it on like a paper towel and we let people watch it die.
We take.
I think that's the first sign of a serial killer, isn't it?
How about no? We got to find really creative. Like we take a car battery and just like connect the ends to the top of the goldfish tank.
Okay,
that should do it.
Tarantino.
Good
Come on.
Lord.
Come on.
We connect the car battery, but we don't disconnect the car battery before he drinks from it.
Yeah, I'm the fucking monster. Yeah. When was the last time you ate sushi? I mean, come on. It's
hate
how different is it?
Wait,
really?
what
It's
if we
fucking
just
fish. It's a goldfish.
What if we just
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's
incrementally add more and more salt to the fish bowl until it just dies?
I was thinking we have two goldfish. One's already dead, and we show him the dead one. It's like, oh, you're gonna drink this one, and then we swap it, and then
We swip it.
We swip it,
We swip it.
and
Swip
then
it and
he
swap
realizes
it.
he drank a live one, and then he'd be really sad, and I would be happy.
You know, it is possible to puke back up a goldfish safely. Like Steve-O did it
Yeah.
a few times. That could be
Great.
part of the challenge.
Hey, Cargo Crab Collins here in the chat.
All right.
What does it have to do with anything?
I don't know. It was the first monster to have three words in its name in FF11.
Jesus.
Is that right?
Yep.
Oh. I
Cargo
didn't
Crab
know.
Collins.
I did not know that would be a
Shit,
Final
you
Fantasy
didn't
reference.
need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one
weird,
ever.
weird fun fact.
Shit. No one ever cared about.
Ooh, a fun fact? I love those. Can
I'll
we
tell
do
you-
that at the show now?
No.
Listening to these Jocktobers, it's literally like it makes you think about like the word fun fact. It hurts you now.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing fun about those facts.
No, there's nothing, dude. There's nothing fun about those shows.
Fun fact: October is Pizza Month.
Is that right?
It is.
What's your favorite pizza place?
What's the best
Oh
pizza
my
place
gosh.
in Oakland County?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I'm big on
should have
Green Lantern.
We'd love to take your calls on this. Right.
What's your favorite pizza?
That's right. Final Encountercast on Skype, 810-207-1764. Let us know what your favorite pizza place, specifically in Oakland County, is, because no one's ever been here. None of you. None of you listening right now.
Oh.
I think Ryoko will be here in a few weeks. Here, this is how we justify the bet. Ryoko's coming for Youmacon next week. We got to let him know where the best pizza place in town is. So you've got to give us a call to let us know what the best Oakland County pizza place is. I got to do this like a puker jock too. You got to call us and let us know what the best pizza place in town is. Give us a
It's
call.
all bad.
Final Encountercast on Skype. 810-207-1764. Let us know. Give us a call here on Final Encountercast.
Why don't I have a spring sound effect?
Dude, that voice right there, that was first of all, too quick.
Yeah,
Too quick. You
right,
practiced that.
Right. No, I did not. I did not.
Oh,
no.
God.
That's the thing, dude. Like, people accuse me of fabricate, like, affecting a voice when I'm on the show.
No.
Like, no. If I really wanted to push my voice, like, it would sound like this. I'd end up sounding like one of those fucking puker jocks.
Well, it should be comforting for you to know that if this doesn't work out, you still have a place in public radio.
How much would it cost the
Actually,
people?
public radio really, really dissuades the puker jock thing. Like, they're
above it.
No, they fucking hire people with the worst voices on the fucking planet.
You have a future in corporate radio?
And then they, yeah, exactly.
Gotcha,
and then they mumble into the fucking microphone.
Oh, Stephanie.
Or they talk like this and, hi, welcome back to public radio.
So when I'm coming home, like if it's like super late at night, there's this guy. He's just on like the national sports station, whatever they're going to be playing. But his voice, he sounds like he has smoked a pack a day for his entire life.
Oh, really?
I have never heard anything like it. Like, to say he has a frog in his throat all the time, like dude, if there's any job that you are not cut out for, it's this one.
It's talking into a fucking microphone.
He's like, yeah, because this is how he sounds almost all the time.
Great. So cool.
You know what? That's the one voice that, like, when my vocal cords are strained, that I end up falling back into this voice and kind of doing one of these.
That's almost like monster truck announcer, though. This guy just sounds like any day now they're gonna have to remove that tumor in his throat.
That's the thing. If I was gonna be third mic on a shitty radio show, I would end up talking like this. Like, man, I had such a crazy weekend.
I drank a beer and then I fucked my dog.
That's right.
Zero, in the chat pointing out that you need to change Chris's name to Chow Yun Fat today.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's right.
I like being Lord High Fat.
Now,
I was actually trying to think what the name was that I was supposed to change it to, and I could not remember.
Chow Yun Fat.
Thanks, guy.
Zero
Zero Uno's looking out for you.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So yeah, Yomacon's next weekend. We're excited.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
hi.
And the thing is, by the way, you're not Chow Young Fat. It's Chow Young Fat. You have young fat. That's
None of my fat is young.
that's what we all call your baby behind your back.
Oh,
She's tiny.
I thought we called her baby the cream of some young guy.
And that was
Oh no!
definitely not a young guy.
Ugh. Gross. Anyway,
She is in the bottom 5% for baby weight. All right, she is like the antithesis.
Are you feeding her?
That antithesis.
Antithesis of
He
the
is the
parents.
antithesis. That's right.
She's gonna end up being like anorexic.
With any hope.
Oh God.
Most parents
I mean,
don't.
the other option. The only other option is just to look like that one, and I don't want
most
that.
kids don't want to grow up to be like their parents, so yeah, I could see it happening.
Anyway. Did we mention that next week for Yomicon we're going to be off?
We're not going to be here. That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to get at. We're not going to be here.
Yeah, we're I don't know if we'll. Is someone even going to be around to run best of clips?
Do your jobs.
I'm looking at you, Fat Chow Young Fat.
Nah.
No. All right, we're not even.
So we're not going to be here next week.
We're not even going to
throw
run
a
best
host
of
out
clips.
to.
So does that mean that you are going to help and participate in Nika's extra live stream?
I'm probably going to go do family stuff.
What family stuff do you have to do?
My parents, Roberta's grandparents, want to see my baby.
Well, fuck them.
Well, fuck you.
That's the worst.
You have work to do. We got to get an intern to run this shit. We got to get an intern to run some
How
best of
about
clips.
this? After Nika ends her 24-hour stream or however long she's streaming, I'll have it set up so we can just play episodes of LBR
That's
for like 24 hours.
That
Whatever.
works.
Yeah.
I can do
24-hour LBR-a-thon. Twitch is playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Why not?
Yeah,
Oh my
except we
God.
won't have commercials.
Even better.
They're playing commercials too.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Like-
Oh my God! Really?
It's like, all right, commercial, opening a cutscene, commercial, 5 minutes, commercial, 5 minutes, commercial,
Oh
ending,
no!
commercial, opening, commercial.
Holy shit, they are real.
It's like
They are-
commercial. It's
they're
like 1 30-second ad. It's not like a run of commercials, right?
It's probably like a minute.
Wow, they're doing
Okay.
60s?
Yeah, I
Oh.
feel like that's what
I
it
feel
is.
like isn't
And it's
5
even-
minutes the minimum that you can like break between commercials?
it's a Twitch stream, so like
Yeah.
Twitch sponsored.
I guess they
stream.
could
so
do
they
it
can do
more if
whatever
they
the fuck they
wanted to,
want.
but still.
Right.
And the worst part is like if you subscribe, you don't get the commercials, the ads, but they still like pause the video, so you just see like a stupid splash screen for
Yep.
a minute, and you're like, wow, why did I pay $5?
That's awful. Wait, did you pay $5 and find this out the hard way?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
I would hope not.
I would just use Crunchyroll for free.
What are you doing with my scissors over there?
I didn't want to keep hitting them because they make noise.
Well, why you got to move them over to the bookcase? I'm never going to find them.
That's not the scissors.
I'm going to go
Guys.
looking for the scissors, and it's going to take me a year and a half to find them.
I hope it does.
He's gonna buy new scissors now. The next time he goes out.
and then he's not going to be able to open up the package because he doesn't have scissors. Shit.
Fucking asshole. Anyway, so yeah, we're not going to be around next weekend. We're going to be out at Yomicon. We will have some episodes on demand for you to watch here at the
Do we
channel.
want to do them in order or random scattered throughout?
I don't.
And do we want an
you
LBR
decide.
or FEC as well?
I mean, we gotta start with FEC and then move to LBR.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
12 hours of FEC, 12 hours of LBR.
You figure it out.
Yeah,
Genius.
You decide.
All right, then if it's on me, then you can't complain later.
Well,
We're gonna regulate that to you,
Yeah,
Chris.
right.
regulate that, relegate.
Oh no, I know.
Regulate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. While all of the him figuring out all the Juxtober stuff was going down, there was a few that he wasn't quite sure on, so he needed some help. And he's like, "Can I regulate these to you, Nate?" And Nate's like, "I'll take a look at them."
Okay. You're the antithesis of funny.
How do you guys? How are
I'm
you?
trying to think of like
All
a word
of
he
you went-
mispronounced. I just
All of you went to fucking college. How do you get words wrong so often?
Okay, look.
First of all,
We all went to college. How many graduated?
not me.
Not me.
Am I really
that
the?
guy.
I'm the only one with a degree in this room.
Yeah,
And you have
Jesus.
employed 3 college dropouts. Congratulations.
Clearly, he's not a business major.
This is.
I think you mean a business major.
Can I sell my stock in the company? Can I leave? Can I just give all this shit to you guys and you just figure this shit out? I'm gonna go.
You can watch that blimp go down in
mean,
flames.
I'm gonna go turn into a puker jack.
I mean, you can, but we're gonna take some of the equipment with us. It's technically the front
That's what
of the
I
company.
said. Just take it. Just take it.
it.
It's
I
fine.
mean, yeah.
You're fine.
He's
You can
washing
just
his
have it.
hands of it.
That's right. I don't need it anymore.
And then we're gonna hawk that shit in a pawn shop. And
I'm
we're
gonna go
cash out.
I'm gonna go work at K-Rock.
Oh no,
Please stop that voice.
K-Rock.
How much would it
What a
cost
crock.
the listeners for you to do that voice all show?
All show.
All show.
God.
Then on the next episode, we'll do it like for the whole next episode that we do.
It would take $100, and I would need to get all 100 of those dollars.
Oh fuck that!
That's
No,
not how this shit works.
that's never how it works.
Well, I'm just saying that's my stipulation.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So not happening. Got it.
No.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Don't
So-
donate $100 for that.
On
Give us
Saturday,
a call. Final Encountercast on Skype, 810-207-1764.
on Saturday, Nika's doing her Extra Life stream.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
pretty exciting.
Definitely tune in for that.
She's going
because
24 hours.
That's right.
When's she
And,
starting? Do we know?
I think she usually tries to start around 8 a.m.
She does like an 8 to 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So on Saturday, next Saturday, make sure that you join us for Extra Life. Of course, Nika will be streaming for that. Juxta, are you in fact showing up for that?
For Saturday?
Yeah.
I could probably show up in the morning for like an hour or two.
Yeah,
but
like put in an appearance at least.
I'll appear.
Yeah.
All
Before
right.
you have to go do family things.
Confirm.
Well, on
he will
Saturday
appear.
or Sunday?
On
Saturday.
on
On
Saturday.
Oh, I work Saturday. On Sunday, I'm going to do family things.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Put an appearance.
How do you have to sit and like monitor a video on demand stream? Like
No.
you can just then what the fuck is the problem?
Well, I just don't want to go through all do all more
We're
work.
getting-
That's like intern work, man.
We're getting very bogged down in this. It's your responsibility. If you want to farm it off to a Skuro or something like that, I'm fine with it as long as I don't get emails about how much it sucked. Now that people know that Skuro is doing it, they're gonna of course just tell me
You're
that
gonna get it
sucked.
no matter what.
That's right.
He could put on a better show than we put on. It wouldn't matter.
Anyway, so yeah, not going to be here next weekend. Make sure you tune in on Saturday for Extra Life. Help kids get cancer. No,
One. The other one.
Oh, help kids avoid getting
There
cancer.
you go.
That's it.
That's what it is.
That's right.
Help kids who already have cancer not have it.
Would the opposite of Extra Life be like one less life? Like
It's just dying, isn't
I
it?
think it would be game over.
Yeah, game over.
It'd be game over. And the whole goal is to give cancer to kids.
Wow.
You're just dedicated to like stealing an X-ray machine and running up to children.
That's what I was thinking. Like, how do you keep score? Is it by diagnoses or by fatalities?
So,
You're on your own on this one, bro.
the father's too good to get in on dead radiated cancer baby jokes.
It is
I'm
very
not sure
specific.
that's where the line was, but you know,
fucking listen, look at our fucking the epitome of moral superiority here on this side of the fucking room. The guy who was making 9/11 jokes and all sorts of racist jokes. I mean, like we could roll back so much tape on you.
The guy who on the drive here dropped a PewDiePie.
Oh.
okay, well, you know what? You know what?
Not even being subtle about it anymore. Remember?
That was not in front of anybody except Kahlo, so you can't confirm that. You can't prove that.
Hang on.
Okay.
So we've got to figure out who on the Opie and Anthony staff we each are. I think this squarely qualifies you for Anthony, although you don't have any of the positive qualities of Anthony at all.
Just a racist.
You have to, you're just our primetime Sam Roberts
I like how
today.
his defense too was exactly PewDiePie's defense of, well, I don't normally say that on stream.
Right, I don't say it in front of people.
You all got skeletons in your closet. Don't act so holy.
My skeletons are pretty public at this point.
Yeah. I mean, people know what
Yeah.
I beat off to on a pretty regular basis, so, you know.
We know what you do beat off to, not the whole extent of it.
Are you asking about like frequency?
I'm just saying.
I mean, you can count the tissues in the trash can right beneath your knee, right there.
Okay, well, yeah, but are you a 1 tissue or 2 tissue guy?
Usually 1. I'm usually pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should get that checked out. I mean, you don't want kids anyway, so
it doesn't matter. Yeah, I could be shooting blanks, and I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Fair enough.
Actually, it would probably be better for me in the long run.
You think we're giving people an idea of what the show's going to be like?
I end up being like this asshole over here. Yeah.
Why do you use tissue? I just use toilet paper.
We're like 20 minutes into this show, and we haven't even hit the news sounder.
That's correct. Should we hit the news?
Tune in on November 4th for Extra Life. Let's check out what's going on in the news. I'm here to do the news tonight.
And that's the way the news goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to bring you important news.
Here's a story that's out of this world.
Alrighty, guys, Nintendo is about to get that money. They've announced Animal Crossing Pocket Camp for Android and iPhone coming out in November.
Damn, this is good shit!
Anyone who's played Animal Crossing will understand the mechanics. Build your campsite, decorate as you like, enslave your soul to the other inhabitants, and give Nintendo your wallet.
Can I do it naked?
So glad I never got into this game.
Oh my god,
Me
it's
too.
so fun. You
Me
guys gotta
too.
play.
No.
I'm not doing that.
You know what? You were complaining earlier. Oh, you're gonna get a Pokemon when nobody else is doing it. You know what? Get out of the ground shit on this. Play Animal Crossing.
Get on the ground shit.
All right, first of all, this is not the ground floor of Animal Crossing.
No, not even
the mobile one.
I don't give a fuck about it. It's it's Nintendo branded Farmville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and they're gonna make a fortune.
You're gonna have Tom Nook extorting you in the fucking microtrans shop.
Do you remember the VG Cats comic where Tom Nook shows up and like breaks his leg because he doesn't pay him back?
That's right.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's right.
pay him back then. You get what you deserve.
No, now see, instead when he demands you pay him back, you just have the option that you can pay him $5 real world dollars to pay him back
instead of 5,000 bells. Shit, yeah.
I really hope that this is just a big scheme to allow Nintendo to send thugs to your house to break your kneecaps.
Oh my god.
It
was in the terms of service.
They should just, they should show up, big hulking like Russian dudes, and they have a Mario and Luigi hat on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I can't wait for the YouTube videos of this.
Right.
Send the brothers.
$5,000 or I break legs.
Aren't you supposed to be Italian?
I break legs.
Shut up. If you want proof that we're the ones to blame for loot boxes, look no further than Mass Effect 3. The card pack system was so incredibly profitable that not only did EA insist that other games include multiplayer, but some players even spent over $15,000 on card packs.
Fucking jump off a bridge.
Ballin'.
$15,000?
Okay, for starters, Robbie, where did you get $15,000?
I bought exactly 1 loot box off of that game.
That is more than my annual salary.
But we sit here and we kind of bemoan loot boxes and DLC, and then you look at the margins and you go, "Oh, this is a problem of our own making."
Oh, they literally have no option in this.
We did this. Yeah, like you actually have to be insane to knowingly walk away from something like this.
Yeah, Chris, if I gave you the ability to print money, would you not do it?
Well, of course I'd print money.
Exactly, and that's
exactly.
And Heartslot in the chat says EA needs to burn in a fucking fire. Which, while that's true for other reasons, this isn't one of them anymore. No, this is squarely on us.
Yeah,
guys.
Again, it's a consumption problem. If nobody bought this shit, they would have stopped making it.
That's right.
If nobody bought this shit, they would have looked at other ways to be able to get people to spend money on their fucking products.
Yep.
But it's the fact that we keep throwing money at them to the tune of $15,000 for one fucking person. And that's the thing, is that you only need like one of those, and your margin that you're making back is so huge.
Right, when you look at your options for how to sell your game, you're like, well, cool. I can sell the base game for $60 and a collector's edition for $150, and then it's over.
Right.
I might have, a $10 DLC every now and then, but that's all I can get. Or I can do this system wherein many people will pay me maybe nothing, but a lot of people are going to pay way more than the MSRP of the game, and some people are going to pay me $15,000.
But you know what? It's really, really easy to look at $15,000 spent and go, oh, that's so fucked up. Oh, look at that guy. Look at what a fucking asshole
It's easy
he is.
for us because we don't make any money.
It's easy. Well, but that's an astronomical amount of money. The problem is is that, whenever it affects or whenever it infects a series that we like, and then we can justify it to ourselves, we partake in it. And it doesn't matter if it's $20, $40, $50, $100, $15,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think like any amount of that is bad. And it's interesting to watch companies go from RMT is bad, we have to keep this off of our servers, to taking the reins of it and becoming the arbiters of it and going, no, that transaction is going to come through us. We're going to drive the value. We're going to drive the market, and we're going to take the money.
Because they're in control then, so it's not hurting the economy.
But here's the thing is that, so RMT wasn't really the problem. It wasn't the practice of RMT that was the problem. It's that you weren't getting that money. It's that you weren't getting a cut of that, or you weren't getting any of that.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the fucking problem. And we can sit around and call video game companies greed pigs all we want, and they are fucking greed pigs, and that's pretty obvious. But when you have consumers shelling out like they are, then it's really hard to hold them entirely accountable for
exactly
that.
If you're going to have people shelling out that kind of money for the product, and you think that someone at this company is going to stand up and for the sake of art say, no, we're going to say no to that truckload of money, and instead do this model that pays us only a sack full of money. If you think that's going to happen in a corporate structure, you're out of your goddamn mind.
I mean, it starts to become a lot more, you start to understand why, newer IPs do the whole DLC run, because, you got to try to maximize your fucking profit, even though a lot of those games haven't earned, the right to do that. Sure. And a lot of sentiment ends up getting kicked back, but it doesn't matter if you've got, a player base of 3,000 and, 200 of them are spending astronomical amounts of money. You know what I mean? Like, and that's at that point, it doesn't fucking matter.
It's astronomical to us, but here's the problem: is there are millionaires and billionaires who play video games, and to them, $15,000 is nothing.
Yeah.
That's just them saying, cool, I can get a bigger game experience for 0.0001% of my wealth, as opposed to 0.00001% of my wealth.
Yeah, Drea Poetic in the chat saying that bubble's going to burst on this eventually, and it's going to suck for everyone. I'm not really sure what this bursting looks like. It already sucks for everyone because it's affecting single-player games. When you look at something like Shadows of War, you don't actually have to buy loot boxes, right? Well, they don't affect the actual gameplay. Like, if you're playing through it normally, you're actually at a disadvantage by buying loot boxes as opposed to just going and hunting for the actual orcs or weapons you actually need. But by putting it in there, you lose nothing, and there's going to be somebody somewhere who does spend a bunch of money on it.
I don't see how the bubble bursts.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's the thing.
For the bubble to actually burst, people have to stop buying and playing video games.
That's about it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And then the whole industry suffers.
Yep.
And then, you get to be bored. What are you going to fucking do? How are you going to make up that difference?
Well, that's
play card games.
For this bubble to burst, it's going to require a massive hit to the industry at some point.
Yeah.
And by the way, for gamers, it's going to suck for you too.
Well, but
Heartslot says regulation, but unless they're willing to sit down and classify microtransactions and loot boxes as gambling, or, identify some sort of problem that it creates for children, then we're stuck with it.
You better write the FTC on that one, because they're the only ones who are going to help you there.
And you know what? I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening.
That's probably the best way, because if you're going to buy a game that should normally be, like rated E for everyone type deal, like a Hearthstone, for example, but suddenly they're saying, no, you have to be 18. Well, why do I have to be 18 to buy this? Well, because it has gambling in it. They'd feel that.
You would absolutely feel that.
Yeah, but the ESRB is not.
No,
I mean,
it has to be the FTC.
Yeah,
well, and again, why would the ESRB classify it as gambling? They're an industry regulation board.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like they're made up of gaming industry people.
They have the industry in mind.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I completely agree. It'll have to be a government. And as much as we've always been against like government interfering in the gaming industry, because that's always been terrifying to us, in this case, We kind of need that to happen.
I mean, it's going to take a developer taking it to a real extreme and then it being successful for that to happen. And I mean, will it happen eventually? Maybe. But it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun at all.
7 years after its inception, the Kinect is finally coming to the end of its life. The system had moved over 24 million units as early as 2013, though sales tapered off strongly in recent years. It would appear that much of the development surrounding the Kinect is being shifted over to work on ARG programs related to HoloLens. Buy Kinect. Did anyone have a Kinect?
No. I mean, anyone who bought a Xbox One for a while had one.
Has anyone ever thought had a good use for a Kinect? Because I was going to put it like right in the news story, like this thing's fucking useless, but like I assumed someone was going to be like, no, it's great for this. Anyone?
Is it great for drying your clothes?
Well, but that was the thing that like people freaked out about because it's always on, and like they were like when they bought the Xbox One, they would like put like stuff like things to cover the camera lens and shit like that.
Oh, that's creepy.
Microsoft spying on you.
Fair enough.
Wouldn't surprise me in the least.
All right, well, chat pretty much agrees. It's bad. Great. A string of bans has had the Destiny 2 community up in arms. Bungie has since responded, saying they banned roughly 400 accounts for using tools that actively harm the in-game ecosystem. They clarified these were not auto bans, which Destiny 2 does not even use, and that they were not bans related to programs like XSplit or Discord. They also recognize that a group of players had been banned wrongly and have since reinstated their accounts. Yeah, this is a big thing. People thought like people were getting auto banned for using Discord, and people were getting really pissed off. And Bungie's like, no, that is not what happened.
I'm hearing that Destiny 2 has a bit of Final Fantasy 14 syndrome. That it's you get to level cap, and then it's just the same shit that you do over and over again.
But the thing is, though, they may be having a trouble sort of balancing this casual and this endgame experience, but they do at least still have some type of endgame experience.
I mean,
I guess.
Sure?
Do they?
Can you cite something? Or are you just talking?
They have raids.
He's making shit up.
No, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
they have raids.
Do they?
Yeah. Yes, they do.
How many?
How many?
That I don't know.
Yeah, see, you don't fucking know.
What the fuck are you talking about?
They can have exactly the same amount as Final Fantasy 14.
0.
4.
Oh, those are raids. You mean those trials?
All right. Anyone who plays board or card games has probably heard of Fantasy Flight games. They're one of the largest and most... Really?
No.
You don't play board or card games,
don't.
you stupid idiot.
Oh, okay.
Have anyone who plays board games has heard of Fantasy Flight?
I haven't.
They're one of the largest and most prominent North American game makers, and now they've opened Fantasy Flight Interactive, dedicated to bringing some of their games to the realm of video games. It should be noted, however, their goal is not to create virtual versions of existing board and card games, but rather to reimagine what those games would have been like had they been video games to start with.
Who gives a shit?
I think this is cool. I love Fantasy Flight games.
Hold on. I was
video
going to say,
games, idiot.
Let me actually look up some of the games because I play board games, but I've never off the top of my head heard of Fantasy Flight.
Arkham Horror is them. Elder Sign.
They don't know any of those games.
I know. Cosmic Encounter. Netrunner is them.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any of these.
All right. I don't think you actually do play board or card games.
Those are stupid.
Sorry, board game and card games are for intellectuals, so it's okay that Robbie and Nate don't know about them.
Star Wars X-Wing.
I remember a time when Chris was really depressed for some reason, and I spent $50 buying him a new fucking board game that's still in the goddamn plastic.
Is it the Magic one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you would have played it with me, I would have been really happy, but you never did. So.
Mm-hmm.
There's also that one superhero card game that you bought, and
I don't think I bought. No, I don't think I bought you.
It?
No.
I
bought you the Penny Arcade card game that you never played.
Yeah, that's ping pong. Come on.
You guys have a weird relationship with buying each other stuff that the other one hates or never uses.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, 3 weeks in a row now, you guys have had a little squabble over something.
The only thing that he's ever bought me that I haven't used is that stupid shirt at FanFest with his stupid face on it.
And you know why? You know why that's the only thing you can remember? Is because I haven't bought you anything since then.
Because it was trash.
You're trash. I bought trash for trash.
I'm glad that he
Suck
didn't
in the
buy me
trash.
one.
Trash boy.
Glad I didn't get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get one either.
I'm fine with that. Perfectly fine.
Mine
with
would
that.
probably fit you, Joe.
Great.
Can have it.
I'm thrilled. I'll wash my car with it.
Oh man.
Fuck you guys.
All right.
Am I supposed? Why?
You don't care about board games. I get
it. Who put this story on the fucking outline?
I did. I'd like to.
You did?
Yeah. I think
You're a fucking idiot.
I think the idea of taking like some good board games and making them like a actual video game is cool.
When has that ever worked though?
Has it been done?
Yeah, has it never been done?
What they do when they
maybe not like specifically board games, but how many times have they tried to turn Dungeons and Dragons into a video game? And
but Neverwinter Nights is great.
It doesn't work.
Neverwinter Nights is like critically acclaimed by people who actually play it.
Yeah, no, it's probably an okay game, but like it's never the Dungeons and Dragon experience.
Baldur's Gate was great. How do
you translate exactly the Dungeons and Dragons experience of some asshole sitting across the table from you making shit up as you go along?
Yes, that's the point.
Well, he just said in the game they're trying not to not make virtual versions of the games.
Right.
They're trying to reimagine them as if they were video games to start
Exactly. And every person that probably picks one of those up is going to be like, "Oh yeah, I love this board game," and get a completely different feel because it's not the board game.
They're just using the intellectual property of the board game.
I don't see this working. I don't see it working.
All
That's
right.
because you guys are idiots.
I just think the intellectual properties are stupid.
That's fair. I mean, Star Wars is one of theirs.
I was going to say that's the other thing.
Star Wars is stupid.
Stupid.
Most of their intellectual properties already have video game adaptations. They had like a Call of Cthulhu type board game. There are already Cthulhu games out there, so this company isn't doing anything new.
None of them are good though.
Amen.
None of them are good.
No.
Like if there's basic rules, sort of like RPG rules that you can kind of overlay to it. I get how it would work in the same way, sort of that Neverwinter uses D&D rules in terms of classes and how magic works and shit like that. Fine, whatever. Whatever. Cool. That's like 5 new IPs that, like 30,000 people give a shit about max.
Yeah, I get it. The board game market's a little...
It's a little niche. It's a little niche.
Yeah, that's fair. Compared to video games, anyway.
Well, that's why they're breaking into the video game market.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice launched to a pretty warm critical and fan reception, and the numbers appear to be bearing that out. Their original timeline had them breaking even between 6 and 9 months after release, but the game is now looking to get into the black a mere 3 months after its August release. The developer Ninja Theory claims the reason they're so far ahead of schedule is their decision to publish independently.
Yeah, and like, god damn it, dude. Look at Ninja Theory being able to break even on a game that a lot of people really enjoyed, and Dead Space 2, can't at 4 million sold,
doesn't break even on a game that also a lot of people enjoy.
RE7, you know what I mean? Like how is it that the AAA game industry hasn't taken lessons from this? Like this is insane.
It's almost like if your game's just, actually really good, you don't have to worry about spending $60 million on advertising to let people know that it's coming.
Yeah, I think the video game industry really has forgotten about word of mouth sales, and also,
or just making a good fucking product.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
What happened to that shit? I feel like so much focus is put on DLC campaigns and all of this bullshit, and I understand what kind of margins it makes, but that takes away sometimes from making a good fucking game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You know what's always sold like the most games to me is nothing to do with any types of ads or trailers or reviews. It's always like word of mouth and peer pressure. The reason I got Skyrim was because there wasn't a single person launch day that wasn't talking about it on my Facebook, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go get Skyrim.
I mean, that's true. I mean, when I first got into games like Halo and like Final Fantasy, that always came just from a guy telling me like, oh, you have this system, you need to play this game.
Yeah.
And guess what? When a game is good, you're willing to go tell people to play it, because you know what? You get that thing where you're like, oh, I want to talk to someone about this. I need someone else to play this thing.
Look at PUBG.
Right, exactly. Word of mouth.
Like Hellblade and PUBG have kind of broken the models that the video game industry says that you need to be successful. And I mean, look, to the detriment of a game like We Happy Few. You know what I mean? Ugh. Like, why is it that developer has to contort himself into knots justifying the decisions that they made going with Gearbox? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why? Well, don't those justifications lose a lot of
credibility when you look at things like PUBG and Hellblade that have done what you're saying can't be done.
Well, and if you're an independent developer, that's almost the question you have to ask nowadays is it worth it for me to go to a AAA studio and say, here's my game, I will acquiesce to your demands about what I need to change and give you half the money in sales, or do I release by myself and risk, okay, I don't have a good marketing budget, I'm dependent on word of mouth, I won't get a big return right away maybe, but maybe it'll build up. Which way is the better way to go? And Hellblade is definitely one in the camp of just do it yourself.
Yeah, just build a good fucking game.
I mean, you would think.
You'd think, but I bet you most people won't do it. EA has put the hammer down on a community-led revival of some classic Battlefield games whose online services were lost when GameSpy shuttered in 2014. They also win the award for the best takedown request letter, and props admittedly for not hammering them with a straight-up C&D or a DMCA. They say, quote, this is like the third paragraph.
They said. What they said.
We need a favor, though. We must ask that you stop throwing down ammo crates. In other, more legal-style terms, please stop distributing copies of our game clients and using our trademarks, logos, and artwork on your sites. Thing is, your websites may easily mislead visitors to believe that you are associated or affiliated with EA. We're the only ones that get to wear the official EA dog tag. Since you're Battlefield community members, we know that you are smart and helpful, and we respect that we must protect our intellectual property rights in the franchise. I kind of like that rather than just like a bunch of legalese and just like, here's a C&D, shut the fuck up and go away.
Kind of. I mean, it is kind of a C&D, but
it's a C&D, but
it's just going about it a slightly different way.
It's just them saying like, maybe we don't need to be assholes about this. Like, don't infringe on our intellectual properties, but like, we get it, dude. You're just trying to do something fun for the community.
Well, I think the thing that surprises me the most is that this came out of EA and wasn't just an immediate C&D.
Yeah, or a DMCA or anything like that. It was just a letter they sent like, you guys got to knock that off. Like, we're glad that you're doing it. It's cool, it's nice, but you got to knock it off.
Don't make us bring our lawyers into this.
Yeah, kind of. And because you do get a lot of those stories where people just like, they release this game and then Nintendo a few days later, oh God, there's a lawyer at my door serving me.
Yep. There's actually second best letter. There was a Stranger Things themed bar that only had a limited run, but they had gotten a letter from Netflix that was like, hey guys, your bar is super cool and stuff, and we wish you luck on however long you're going to stay open. But maybe since it's intellectual property, we're going to ask you not to do this again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep. So they actually let them finish out their run of like their themed bar and stuff like that before they had to change.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is surprising.
I think from when the story like landed, it was only like half a month left or something like that.
Right, but but nevertheless, that means by the time they actually sent that letter, there was probably a few months left.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting.
Well, and Disney has been issuing C&D letters to
everyone,
princess party companies.
Hero for hire, characters for hire, I think is what the company was called.
We've known a couple of people who've been involved in businesses like that. It's when you talk about intellectual property, people get really litigious.
Yeah, and specifically, those types of companies were able to kind of skirt around it by, instead of being Elsa, I'm just an ice princess.
I'm the ice princess.
The ice queen, thank you very much.
Whatever.
Oh my God.
They're still going after them anyhow.
She rules the entire country, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're very sensitive about this.
Well, it's important that you get titles right, okay? You're in the presence of royalty. Well, you should talk about royalty.
This guy tried to take me to see Frozen on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Did you go?
No!
It's a great movie.
It was in his like whole depth of despair, and he hadn't had like a girlfriend like 8 months, and he was.
You didn't have a girlfriend at that time either.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, well, I was trying to be a bro date, trying to help you out, because I know how you get.
Oh, that would have been cute,
right?
It's a problem.
I had my Elsa shirt, my Anna shirt all ready. I had one set up for him, and he didn't even try it.
Had you already seen it?
Well, of course.
Okay,
I have it
so
on
you knew
DVD.
how good it was.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to share the experience. And
Robbie, you're a curmudgeon. You know that?
Curmudgeon. That's what you are.
No, I'm a curmudgeon.
You're both curmudgeons over there. That's curmudgeon corner.
How is it that I even have to defend this decision?
I don't even know how you can.
All right, so
No.
Callie,
Let me just be clear. You made the right call.
I'm aware. I want to know. So, Callie, Chris comes up to you on Valentine's Day and says, "Hey, go see this Disney movie with me." You're gonna throw down?
Yeah. Okay. Remember, neither of us are going out with anyone.
No. Well, in this time, we're neither of us are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only do I will be fully dressed for it. Are you kidding me? Hell yes.
Yeah.
Are you paying for the ticket? Did you offer to pay for the ticket?
Of course I offered to pay for the ticket.
Oh my God,
And
yes,
he
I'm
wanted
going.
to take me out to dinner.
You turned down a free meal and a free movie? You're a
On
loser.
Valentine's Day.
I turned down Frozen. The rest was all fine. And I think we went to see a different movie. I don't remember what it was, but we just didn't see Frozen.
I think you narrowly avoided giving Harvey Weinstein.
Wow.
It would have been funnier if I didn't fucking stumble all over the goddamn punchline.
I thought you were going to say like Harley Quinn.
No.
I'm like, where's this going?
I still appreciate it.
No.
So sometimes alpha testing is relatively uneventful. You find bugs, you rethink some elements of the game, you get a ton of fan feedback. It's great. Sometimes, however, you get Amazon's new game Breakaway. They're having a much more eventful alpha test as they've come out and said they're going to be iterating and evolving the core gameplay of the title to meet with what fans are asking for. When's the last time you can think of that a game went through alpha testing and then said, no, we're kind of going back to square one on this one?
That's what you should do.
Kind of, yes. To a certain degree.
Core gameplay?
That would worry the shit out of me.
No.
Degree.
You know, like, this FPS is okay, but let's add some turn elements to it and maybe some dice roll.
Hang on. No. See, here's the thing.
The card game system.
If FF14 had listened to its alpha testers,
yes,
and they had rebuilt to the point that they rebuilt 2.0, and rebuilt that game to be a better game, some of its more glaring flaws in 1.0 could have been overlooked.
Yes,
absolutely.
Would you call those core gameplay elements?
Yes. We're talking netcode. We're talking the way that abilities function. We're talking, auto attacking.
God,
basically the whole combat system.
I heard that menus were a core gameplay element in 1.0.
I mean, there's so many different things that they could have fixed, and
it's a
yes,
core
it would have been.
I'm not sure.
Now, hold on, but you do also have to be careful because one of the reasons that We Happy Few is sort of in the situations they are in is because that's also what they did. They looked at fan expectations. We're like, oh, this isn't the game the fans are expecting. We don't want to disappoint them. We need to change a bunch of stuff now.
Yeah, and make a game that none of us really know how to make.
See, when I hear the phrase core gameplay, I think just moving genres. That's what the immediate thing I think.
No, I wouldn't think. No. See, core gameplay elements would be the difference between like the draw system and the materia system.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. Because that's just, major mechanics.
I just feel like I don't hear about that happening too often where an alpha
you don't.
concludes.
No, you don't.
And you wouldn't because that scares people.
But you should. Yeah, exactly. Look at your reactions right now. This is why people don't say that. But this is what alpha test periods are for.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, look, Chris actually knows games. Now imagine if you're just someone who's invested in games but don't really know a whole lot about it and they tell you, yeah, we're changing some of the major gameplay elements now. You're going to be like, whoa, what? With my money? Nah.
We're already in the alpha, brah.
We're only in the alpha.
Well, it would be more concerning to hear it in the beta. That's true.
Well, the thing is that usually alpha tests are done behind closed doors with,
friends and family.
No, but you've got to sign an NDA and stuff like that. Like, they're usually a little bit more internal, and now we've opened it up to, you can buy into alphas. So, yeah, you know what? This is what an alpha is for. If the core elements aren't working, then they need to go back to the drawing board.
If you're buying into an alpha, that's not an alpha anymore. It's barely a beta. If you're buying into it.
I
get it. I mean, because they make it like it's one of the goals on the Kickstarter. If you donate so much, you can participate in the alpha.
That's what early access is. Mm-hmm. Go to Steam. How many fucking early access games are there?
Yeah.
That's exactly what the fuck that is.
Well, yeah, it's arguable whether it's alpha or beta testing, but in a lot of cases, when it first goes up, the games are barely in alpha. Like, it doesn't even, the game's, like, what it will end up being is way different.
Right.
All right, it's been a tough week for NeoGAF. Last week, the site's owner, Evil Lore, was accused of sexual assault, and shortly after, most of the site's moderators had quit.
Well, it was in his name, Evil Lore. Come on, you had to see this coming.
The website was left in a state of flux, mostly just offline, and reactions have ranged from, wow, what an asshole, to nothing of value has been lost here. After an extensive downtime for, quote, scheduled maintenance, the site did go back online with posts related to the incident mysteriously purged.
Ooh.
What a shock.
Is anyone missing NeoGAF since it exploded? I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
I'll be honest with you. I've
missing
heard
out on
NeoGAF
anything.
in passing, but I've never been on that website.
I've never spent any fucking time there.
I only get like linked there whenever I like read like a fighting game forum or something.
Like,
and that's rare.
It's like to me. I don't know. And this is just judgment. Pure judgment, because you're right, I never spent any time there. It felt like the fucking 4chan, but just for gaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those boards where fucking shitbirds live, but like there's every once in a while there's like someone who's like leaking info, or like there's some kind of insider that's on there, and there's something good, you know, like you get good information. A lot of leaks happened out of NeoGAF.
You got to sift through a ton of bullshit to get some decent stuff.
Oh my God, unending amounts of bullshit.
That website, as I've seen it called an echo chamber by just about everyone who talks about it.
And the thing is I like, it's not that I can't get into sites like that. I mean, you know, I was a fucking something awful goon for like 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
But like the thing is that after a while, like at first you've got to, I mean, there's got to be something that endears you to the site. And in Something Awful's case, it was fucking something awful. Like the actual, it wasn't the forum, it was the actual website.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
Like Rich Kyanka used to do a lot of shit with the Mystery Science Theater 3000 guys and stuff like that. So, you know, like that's how I had kind of come across it. And that's why I ended up buying into it. But like, man, shit like fucking NeoGAF or 4chan, or like, I can't get into any of that shit. I mean, Reddit I understand. Reddit is at least, you know, like outside of just some very specific subreddits. Like I
admittedly, I have an account for Reddit. I at
least get Reddit.
Yeah.
Right? Like fucking any of this other shit, I do not get. And again, like a lot of times, you know, you just don't know who's running it. You don't know anything about the person, and then you find out that they're a shitheel, and then everything goes to fucking crap. I don't feel bad. I mean, like I don't feel bad for NeoGAF. I don't feel bad for anyone who spent considerable time on that site. Good job. Now you got to go find another fucking place to go, I don't know, shove a thumb up your ass.
We've got a YouTube comment section you're welcome to infest.
Right, exactly. Like that's the thing, is that there's so many different places for discussion now. Like what made fucking NeoGAF special?
Yeah, I was talking to Kyle as this was happening. He's like, you want to watch a major website implode in real time? And good Lord, like when it started going down, it went down fast.
I didn't even realize that this place was still relevant until this story kind of broke.
I think this story kind of made it more relevant than it's been in a long time.
That's fair.
Because again, all I've heard from it recently has been just leaks. That's it. It's just, you know, if you want spoilers about a game, go to NeoGAF, I guess. You know, fuck. Like, who wants that shit?
No.
If you're invested in a game and you actually want to buy it, like, why do you want to know what the fuck is? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like seeking out fucking spoilers for a TV show that you really want to.
You know, that is a kind of a weird, like, mental thing that I've been as guilty of that as anyone. It's like, oh my God, Game of Thrones is in like 2 days, but what if there's like spoilers out somewhere online? Maybe I can find out. Like, you need your fix almost. It's like an addiction.
No, I actually get upset when I accidentally, like if I'm reading some type of stupid article that talks about a show, you know, that aired 5 years ago and spoils it for me. I'm like, man, what if I wanted to watch that show at some point? Now it's spoiled.
I don't know. I kind of make my peace when that happens.
Especially 5 years on.
Yeah,
damn, man.
Yeah. If there's something that I really want to see, I'll seek it out quickly enough.
My rule of thumb has usually been like, once the next season is out, you're allowed to spoil it.
No, I mean, you're right. That's fair. Like I said, I don't like hold anyone accountable. I just think to myself, damn it.
Yeah, it's like a missed opportunity.
You know, it's like if you have the finale of Scrubs spoiled, like who really gives a shit? Does that really matter? Does that really matter? No.
He becomes a doctor.
Season 8 of Scrubs. Season 8 of Scrubs is maybe the worst bit of television there's ever been.
Is that the very last one?
The last season.
When they moved it to a different network, right?
Like, it's either that or that 70s show. Those both had awful last seasons.
You know that 70s show? Like, I saw an interview with Wilbur Valderrama.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about there's a possibility of that 70s show movie.
Today?
Yeah.
What?
Like this last week.
I might have recently seen a headline that was talking about that same thing.
Fucking
Oh my gosh.
it's gonna happen. It's totally gonna happen. You know why? Because the fucking little cocksucker that plays Eric Foreman isn't famous anymore, so they can get him back on set.
What? But he had such a great run as Venom.
Yeah, I know, right? It's funny because they thought he was going to be the big star, and it seemed like everyone else except him became the big star.
Mila Kunis was the biggest one.
Mila Kunis was huge. Fucking
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher is actually arguably kind of a bigger star.
Yeah, I think so, right.
And the redhead.
Laura Prepon.
There you go. Yep. Because
she still pops
Orange
up
is the
in
New Black, right?
Yeah,
She's
she was in. Yep, that's right. And I mean, even Wilbur Valderrama was famous for fucking hot, famous chicks.
Danny Masterson got into doing a lot of voice roles.
Who?
Hyde.
Oh, is that right? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I loved Hyde, man.
Actually, Wilbur, that's Fez, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's actually on NCIS right now.
That's right. He is.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, he's on NCIS.
Yeah, he took Michael Weatherly's place.
Yeah, literally everyone did better than Topher Grace.
Honestly, like, wasn't he just famous for banging out Lindsay Lohan for a while, and then like that was the only way that he remained relevant?
Topher Grace?
No, Wilder Valderrama.
Was it with Lindsay Lohan?
You know
I don't
what?
know.
Actually, he got around a lot. I remember seeing an interview where he's like, Hollywood, you get around a lot in Hollywood.
he fucked a lot of famous chicks.
He did.
Ironic, given that his bid on the show was that he never got anybody.
That's right.
I love it.
Yeah. He started like working out at some point. Anyway,
fair enough.
Fucking that 70s Show movie. I can't think of anything worse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Except for.
How about that 80s Show movie?
Oh my God, that 80s Show. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I forgot about that 80s show.
That was a thing.
You know what decade would make an even better show? The 80s were insane. Let's get no one of talent to act on it.
Wasn't Ryan Reynolds in that before he was on Two Girls and Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place?
I don't think so.
Somewhat, at least one famous person was on that 80s show.
Oh no!
I'm gonna look it up.
Ryan Reynolds survived. If Ryan Reynolds survived both that 80s show and Green Lantern, he's a miracle worker.
Yeah,
I mean, he is pretty naturally funny. I don't remember. It's one famous person.
You know, I remember reading a story about Ryan Reynolds and how like they say the only thing that saved his career is that he's white, because they're like, look at all these flops he's had. It's the only reason that he's survived. White privilege.
Here's that star-studded cast. They had Chyler Leigh, Glenn Howerton.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Glenn Howerton, he went on to do It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
He did, yes.
That's it. That's who I was trying to think of.
Who's Glenn in Always Sunny?
He's fucking
Dennis.
Dennis,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He actually tried to have a career before
he made one for himself.
You know, I actually heard an interesting story from Charlie Day about when he first accepted the role for It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Because he was going out for a part in a movie at the same time.
A TV show.
Was it a TV show?
It was called like Life or something. He talks about this specifically in the speech he gave at a graduation for his alma mater.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I think that's where I saw it. Yeah, and he ended up going with Sunny.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the rest is kind of history.
So it's kind of like if someone were to offer Nate like an actual radio career, like on the radio, and he's like, no, I'm gonna do this gaming thing with my buddies.
Guys, this is gonna shock you, but that show only ran one season.
That's right.
Talk about dicks.
I don't think every episode of that season ran either.
No.
Like I think they pulled it after like 4 episodes or something.
Yep.
Ouch.
The only other person outside of Glenn Howerton that I remember from that show is the punk rock chick who had the big Liberty spikes because she was super fucking hot.
Oh, is that Brittany Daniel?
I don't fucking care.
Brittany Daniel and Tinsley Grimes are the the only other two characters on that show.
Who gives a shit?
I don't know, man.
It was a fucking bomb.
When are we gonna get that 90s show?
The 90s, what a decade.
It's been long enough.
Probably going to happen.
I think relate to that.
I think that was called Freaks and Geeks.
Or currently, I think the Goldbergs is still going. That's set in the 90s. That's basically Malcolm in the
Goldbergs
middle.
is the 80s, isn't it?
No, it's the 90s.
To be fair, I think Freaks and Geeks was also like late 70s, early 80s as well.
I think Goldbergs is the 80s.
That was 90s.
Freaks and Geeks, by the way, set in Detroit, suburbs of Detroit.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think
that's
I knew
cool.
that. Yeah.
And that every person who was on that show has gone on to do
amazing things.
Amazing fucking things. Made by Judd Apatow, fucking Seth Rogen.
Wow, was it?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, Seth Rogen's in it. Fucking oh god, the other guy who looks high all the time.
Cheech Marin?
No. He was the other guy from Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
The guy who's kind of good looking.
Not Franco.
The only one.
Franco,
yeah.
Really?
James Franco was in it.
Yeah.
Linda Cardellini. Oh my God, Linda Cardellini when she was like fucking young and still hot. Oh my God, she was so hot in Freaks and Geeks. God, there were a ton of people who were in it that just ended up having bananas careers after that.
That's awesome.
I
want to check out that show now.
That show deserved to run way longer than it did.
All right, and yeah, you know what? You corrected me. The chat's also corrected me. Goldberg's is indeed the 80s.
Hell yeah.
Stupid idiot.
Well, that's all for gaming news this week. Back to you, Nate.
That's all for NeoGAF.
Yeah, all for NeoGAF.
It's okay.
That was for gaming news.
It went in a way better direction than NeoGAF.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Talking about TV was way better.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Anyway, all right. So we had said at the beginning of the show we're here to do Juxtober today. Our homage to Opie and Anthony, show that no longer is. Unfortunately, we don't know where Opie is right now. I don't know.
Banging someone somewhere.
No, he'll sometimes upload videos to Twitter that are just weird,
bizarre.
Yeah, they're strange. So yeah, Opie is off somewhere on some sort of beach doing something or other, growing a beard or something. And then you've got Anthony Cumia, who is hosting the Anthony Cumia show. And
is it any good?
I mean, how much do you like white nationalist propaganda?
Okay.
Not a fan.
Yeah, so you may not be a fan of the Anthony Cumia show.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's sad.
Unicorns.
But we've also got Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, who kind of continue on the tradition on Sirius XM with Jim and Sam in the morning.
Okay.
So they're on Faction Talk.
Are they any
now.
good?
Yeah, actually, they put on a good show.
Okay, great.
I still think Sam Roberts is a little bit torpy and annoying. But that's kind of his thing. That's his thing.
Yeah.
He's good at it. And of course, Jim Norton is just a joke machine. He's hysterical. So that's what ended up happening to the Opie and Anthony show. But they used to do a bit in October called Jocktober, and what they would do is they would play radio stations, morning radio shows, segments from morning radio shows from all across the country, and kind of critique it. Like, that's
a word for it.
That's a word for it.
Eviscerate it.
Yeah. So we decided to put the call out for any volunteers, right? Like, the thing about Jocktober is that
they didn't call for volunteers.
No, nobody volunteered for that, and there was some Facebook page defacing and things like that. So there was a lot of tangential things that came along with the bit. And obviously, if somebody is offering themselves as tribute, we're not going to try to get you guys to go flood their Facebook page with pictures of Goatsy and
that would be rude.
Yeah, that would just
especially can you imagine how long it would take to declog their Facebook and their Twitter if it was just flooded with trash?
I mean, it would be funny, but.
Now, I mean, we're going to, of course, put out their Facebook and Twitter so that you guys know where to find them, but...
Yeah, right. And anything that happens after that, we're not really responsible for. So.
Exactly. Because we're specifically telling you not to do it.
That's right. Don't do that. It's a bad thing.
It's a mean thing to do. It's not nice.
Because we're not going to be watching their Facebook pages for anything that you post and then talking about it as it pops up on their Facebook page.
Yeah. That's how against this we are.
That's right.
So you'd just be an ass at that point.
No, you'd just be an asshole.
That's right. All right. So, obviously calling this Juxtober, Juxta, you get to be our primetime Sam Roberts for this bit. And you get to walk us through...
Walk us through the clips and the shows and stuff like that.
That's right.
Yeah, the MC.
That's right.
That sounds scary.
So basically, we're going to do Jocktober, but for podcasts, right? Like podcasts are an entirely different format,
Absolutely.
and they'll have different things that they kind of do that I've heard on other podcasts. We've been making podcasts for 11 years now, so I think we can lend a little bit of our expertise.
Yeah. Unlike the rating scene, we actually podcast, so we can say this shit.
That's right. All right, so Juxta, take it away with Juxtober.
All right, so for Juxtober on Final Encounter Cast, we're going to do one show, and that's the Blind Monkey Show.
The Blind Monkey
The
Show.
Blind
Monkey Show.
The
so
Blind Monkey.
So like See No Evil?
That's exactly.
I kind of like the name. It's okay.
So the Blind Monkey Show has one host.
Is it hosted by a blind monkey?
If it is, I'm in.
It's one host. All right, his name is Brad, and he is legally blind.
Is he a monkey though?
I mean, aren't we all?
Can we get a picture of him? Is there one available? I'm taking that as a yes, and he looks like a monkey.
Probably, I guess. I don't have a picture ready, but I'm sure you can find it on the websites.
Have you seen a picture of him?
Yes.
Does he look like a monkey? Oh my God, he does.
So I get it. He's doing a podcast because he can't, leave the house without bumping into shit. Does he need a dog? Does he have a? Is a seeing eye dog a character on the show?
He's legally blind, which means he can still see a little bit.
How do you do a podcast with one person? Is he doing voices?
It's pretty rough.
Well, no,
he talks to himself.
Remember,
sometimes.
if he can't see, all his other senses are heightened, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's like a super podcast host.
Kooky, I need you to reach out to this guy and get a copy of his outline, and also hire a translator to get it out of Braille.
Does he fight crime? Is he Daredevil? Is that what he is? Are we listening to Daredevil's podcast? Is that what's happening?
He talks about games.
Oh.
And he likes comic books.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing, right? Reading about comic books and just
and being a comic book superhero, a little different.
I don't know what to expect here when you hit play.
I was going to say, he probably has to get his comic books on tape, though, guys.
FY.
Do they make comic books in Braille?
We could have audio comic books. That's a thing. Voiced by actual Chris Evans and them?
That is a thing. When Daredevil first came out, there was a bit of a quote-unquote controversy because deaf people couldn't or blind people couldn't watch it. Like they had no idea what was going on.
Good, fuck them. They don't get to learn about what's happening in Daredevil's life.
They're like, it's our superhero. We can't even enjoy it.
No, good. Fuck you.
You already can't read the comics. What the hell?
That's right.
Why are you mad about it now? At least now you get audio that goes with it.
What the fuck are you pissed off about?
They're actually meeting you halfway. I want Morgan Freeman to do the audiobook of The Dark Knight Returns. I want to hear that. That'd be great.
I feel like it would put you to sleep.
Well, the book already put me to sleep, so that's fine.
All right, are we gonna?
Do we want more an overview, or do you just want to go into the clips?
Is there more?
I got a whole paragraph.
All right, go for it.
Whole fucking paragraph.
All right, sentence 2.
Jesus.
His podcast started this year and touches on anything that tickles his fancy, like gaming, TV shows, technology, movies. Large men.
What about anything that tickles his taint?
I was gonna say, was that your phrasing, or did you pull this from a website?
Is this from the email that he sent?
Are they his words or yours?
These are my words.
Oh, these are your words.
My
okay,
words.
All right.
He also does 2 other podcasts because one isn't enough. They're separate ones. He gives episode rundowns. One's for DuckTales, the new one.
The TV show?
The TV show.
Which sense does he lose on that one?
I couldn't watch it. So
does it taste?
Boy, and I thought we did a real niche podcast.
I think it's taste if it's on DuckTales. Jesus.
And the other one is for Star Trek Discovery.
He does that one deaf.
Well, we all wish we could watch that one deaf.
His YouTube currently has a whopping 0 subscribers, and it's not hard to see why.
Oh,
it is.
It
is
not
for
hard
him.
to see why.
It is for him.
It's a disorganized mess with absolutely no rhyme or reason to what gets put up there. There's DuckTales episodes missing. The Star Trek 1 episode is the most recent upload, and there's only 2 Blind Monkey podcasts available on his YouTube. Twin Peaks. And Netflix's smash hit Final Fantasy XIV's Daddy of Light.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
So, hold on.
Wait.
He has 1 episode of Star Trek Discovery up, but he calls that its own show?
Just call it all the Blind Monkey Show.
I was going to say, the Inhumans are doing better than you are.
Here's the thing, man. He watched the first episode of Star Trek Discovery and said, nope, not doing a show about that. That's an experiment.
No. He watched episode 1 and thought, 1 show about that.
Oh, no. He's done more than 1 episode. It's just that episode 1 is his most recent upload. He uploaded episode 3 earlier.
Oh, Jesus. Does he have Skuro running his YouTube page?
You know what? I need to apologize. I'm sorry. It's really insensitive of me to say that he's watching these shows.
I would rip on him for not having playlists set up, but you really need to have videos before you can start to sort them. His website for the Blind Monkey Show has the shows in chronological order at the very least, but his DuckTales and Star Trek shows are missing from the website, so you're forced to go to YouTube if you actually wanted to listen to this drivel.
Oh, okay. Wow. Jeez.
Okay.
All right.
Harsh.
Well, we're looking forward to this. All right, now,
Harsh.
So this is these are his first time doing podcasting. So we're listening to a podcast virgin, effectively.
Well, yeah. I mean, he started early this year, like in March, I think.
Okay.
So he's had some podcasts. We're gonna listen to his most recent one.
You think he's just a podcast version? Because usually people can make the blind guy thing work, but the guy watches DuckTales.
Ooh,
I mean,
tough.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, you automatically kind of endear yourself to your audience when you're just kind of like, how does he even know when
audience? He has 0 subscribers.
How does he even know when he hits record?
They have like Braille computers.
But Brad, if you're not a virgin and you put up episode 1 of Fucktails, you might get a little bit more traffic.
Not with who you want to get it with.
No.
But you will get traffic.
I kind of feel a little bit bad for Brad.
Why?
I feel a little bit bad for him.
Do you think Opie or Anthony ever felt bad?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
every once in a while.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the examples that I listened to, they didn't.
No.
They were just angry.
All right,
All
so
right,
let's get into the show here.
The first clip, I like to do like the...
Is there an intro? Do they have an intro?
Well,
oh boy.
Intro. Well, I always do, for all these Juxtober ones, I always do the opening, like the first few minutes, because that's the most important one, right?
Yeah, that's how you introduce yourself to your audience.
You make an impression that way.
Absolutely.
So
You
here
only get one chance. You only get one chance to make a first impression.
All right, so here we go.
All right.
Coming to you from a little corner of the world with coffee cup in hand, it's the Blind Monkey Show. And now here's a guy who always thought it was a sness or a sneeze or a sneeze. Okay, I've lost it.
Whoa! All right, first of all, he's doing a puker jock voice.
Yes.
This is the Super Nintendo Classic review episode.
Callie, I don't think he's doing a voice.
So here's the when you have the ability to edit which you do on every podcast.
Which, by the way, we're stuck a lot of time because we do our shows live.
He's doing this one live too on his Twitch channel.
Oh,
so remember that.
How many followers does his Twitch channel have?
I didn't bother to look.
Oh, okay.
But this is straight through.
Okay.
Practice makes perfect. You know, like you gotta run through things a couple of times, especially when you write it like a tongue twister. And I don't think that panned out very well for him.
No, can we hear that again?
Yeah, let's get that one more time.
All right, yeah, sure.
Up in hand, it's the Blind Monkey Show. And now here's a guy who always thought it was a sness or a sneeze or a sneeze.
A sneeze.
A sneeze.
Okay, I've lost it.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
A sneeze.
A sneeze.
A sneeze. What's a sneeze?
Sneeze.
A sniss. It's a and here's a guy who's I got a cup in hand and he's a snice and a sneeze and a snoosh.
Is that when you sneeze on your niece?
Just say Super Nintendo.
This episode of the Blind Monkey Show brought to you by Dr. Seuss.
It's Brad.
Holy shit!
Oh, no,
that's his laugh.
Brad, man. Oh. No, normally I don't like to make fun of a laugh because it's sort of like saying, hey, you know that thing that you reflexively do when you're happy?
That you can't change about yourself?
You know,
stop being happy.
Maybe just don't do that as much. But in this case, you may not want to do that at all.
Don't do it. You need to have a much more dour show. Like as bad as we feel listening to it is how bad you need to feel saying it.
Oh man.
Honestly, could not think of a good one this week.
Then do some prep work.
Listen,
he does this every opening is.
Every opening is the same.
Is every opening a fucking car wreck?
Well, no, apparently not. I mean, we'll go over one other episode.
Oh, okay.
A top 10 games list.
Oh no.
God, a top 10 games list. All right.
This should be fine. Top 10 lists are the easiest to do. We do them all the time in Checkpoint. No big deal. I have complete faith in this guy.
All right.
I may end up. I keep saying this every week, but seriously, I may change this up at this point because they are getting very.
Wow! Whoa!
Hey,
Jackson, what did you do?
I'm sorry. Go back and rewind. We had an audio hitch there.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, like my microphone or the headset.
Yeah, something's shorted out there.
That is audio problems throughout this entire episode. And I counted well over 20 of them within this 19-minute show.
Oh, that's one a minute?
Yeah.
Oh.
I did my best to, like, go around them the best I could, but...
Listen, there's a point where a show can go so technically off the rails that you just don't put it out. You don't do it.
Well, or you edit that out. Like you're doing it live on Twitch. You know what? Accidents happen. We get Comcasted here.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
You know, guys, we might be being a little insensitive, okay? He might be like one step away from being legally deaf. Maybe he doesn't hear those.
No, he's blind. He can hear real good. That's got to be deafening to him.
All right, that's fair.
I wish I was blind so I could hear what he hears. Good Lord.
And it's only on this episode, too, because the next show that we do, completely fine.
What happened, Brad?
So it's just this episode? Something went wrong? All right, well, dude.
After the show, he's like, oh, that cable isn't plugged all the way in.
It's called Audacity. It's a free program.
Yeah.
And while it's not a great program, it's fine for editing out that.
Dude, that is brutal. I legitimately thought like someone spilled something on the board or like I was like,
I reached
what
over
happened?
to adjust my head.
Yeah,
my
what
headphones.
the fuck happened? Like,
just so you know, if I was listening to your show randomly and I got that within the first 30 seconds,
I'm out.
You're instantly out.
So far, we've had your puker jock voice.
That's right.
Starting up. your Krusty the Crown. Krusty the Crown. Fine.
Krusty
laugh.
the Crown.
A joke that did not land. A promise for you to change something you've been saying you'll change every week, and an audio problem. How many seconds in are we?
27.
You know what? From now on, whenever Nate complains about audio problems, I'm going to say, well, at least he's not a blind monkey.
No music either.
Nope.
No music.
No,
Zero
nothing.
music.
If you decide to put music in, I recommend a cappella. I think your show would really benefit from it.
I think
it can't get any worse.
I think actually less a cappella would help. Like if you just took that vocal track and turned it all the way down and just didn't ever release.
I would assume this guy has to have good taste in music. He's not getting any visual media. Like he should have something he can pick.
The fucking blind the helper dog can't help you pick something out. Bounce something. Get a midget instead of a dog. That way you can talk to the midget.
Wow, what a cast! A midget and a blind guy.
That's right.
What a cast! Like that's a sitcom.
I feel like you should still have the dog in there, though. Keep the dog, too.
That's right.
Just also get a midget. Hopefully it's one of those big dogs that the midget can ride.
Jackson, please tell me.
Are we telling him to enslave a midget?
Yes.
Is that what's happening? Okay, all right.
It's for the sake of the show. We're trying to help this man.
All right, so the opener doesn't really get much better from there, so we're going to skip ahead to his news segment. All right.
So
he has a new segment.
Hang on. The entirety of his opening was copy that he fucked up. Didn't bother to go back and try to do a second read on.
I don't think he fucked up the copy. I think that was the plan. Like I think that was his entire joke was to fuck it up.
Was to botch the
was
joke?
To peter out?
I think so.
That he wrote that? He wrote that whole thing?
He ran out of S words, guys.
Yeah.
After sniss, where do you go from there?
It's all down sniss from here.
And you got mad at me for saying SNES.
How about snatch? You could have put that in there.
All right.
It wouldn't have smelled very good, but you could have put it in there.
And remember,
yeah, groan at me.
It especially wouldn't have smelled good to him.
We're listening to the Blind Monkey podcast, and you're groaning at my jokes. Go fuck yourself.
I love the smell of queef in the morning.
The problem was we were envisioning what that would smell like with a heightened sense of smell.
That's the issue. We're like picturing that scent or imagining that scent.
Like a river full of dead fish.
Ugh, stop.
Was this guy born blind or was this a slow process?
In the womb.
Okay, because I can say listening to this is a slow process.
I was just gonna say if he was slowly became blind, this podcast is his comeuppance for it.
I wonder what brand of bleach his mother tried to drink to abort him.
Yeah, because we're taking suggestions.
I think Clorox probably.
I mean, it's the most.
That's
obvious,
how they advertise,
yeah.
right?
All right.
Your baby will either be dead or blind. Clorox.
Can we get into the news now?
We can.
Okay.
Oh God, there's news. Okay.
Not been paying attention to 14.
He's not been paying attention to 14. We can relate.
Neither are we.
We can relate to that.
Hold on.
I have not. I'm assuming the Halloween event for Final Fantasy 14 is
God, I feel like every time it happens, I'm being clubbed over the head.
Sonic boomed.
Yeah, it sounds like when you when someone has like walked outside with their microphone and it's a really windy day. It's like that sound effect almost.
It is. That is the worst.
Like when you're recording something on your phone.
Yeah.
It's disorienting.
It so is.
Are you in a wind tunnel, Brad?
I don't. I honestly, like, I've been producing audio for 13 years.
Yeah.
I don't know what that sound is. I can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what that sound is.
I feel like he's like blowing into his microphone or something.
No one's that
it's some
fucking.
kind-
No
it's
one
a
is that
distortion.
stupid. No
He's
one is
like
that stupid.
janking the cord around or something.
I don't know.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
that laugh.
Now is live next week. I'll have to check that out and see as well. And but I have not been paying attention to 14. I need to, as much as I keep talking about it. And then also,
So stop talking about it.
Yeah, or
How is he able to talk about it, paying attention to it? We pay attention to it. We still have trouble talking about it.
yeah, like if you're like completely checked out, how on earth do you say anything about
Brad,
it?
what's your secret?
Just don't bring it up.
Maybe he doesn't actually say anything of substance about it. Maybe that's his secret.
That's fair.
God, I hope Brad knew what he was getting into.
Because that's Square Enix's secret in developing Final Fantasy XIV.
Well, this week on the show, we're going to say, what's your favorite bar in Final Fantasy XIV? Call in and tell us.
You're terrible at that
speaking
voice.
of the Super Nintendo, which is the main topic here.
Oh my god!
It is awful. Is it every time he says a P? It maybe every time he hits a plosive. That may be.
He needs a pop filter, you think?
Not a pop filter. It actually may be the diaphragm in the headset, because he's clearly not using anything that's over $25.
Yeah, could be. Can we hear that one more time? Let's see if we hear a P sound effect.
You want to? Okay.
I think I was on the P. What's taking? What?
He's got to find the timestamp. There we go. All right.
That out and see as well. And but I have not been paying attention to 14. I need to, as much as I keep talking about it. And then also, speaking of the Super Nintendo, which is the main topic here.
No, it's not a P sound.
It's not.
What the hell's
but
causing that?
damn, that hurts.
You said
I took my headphones off.
Is it possible he's like just bumping his mic?
It's possible.
You said this is the only episode where this happens.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is weird. I don't know what the hell that is.
His next episode is like 40-some minutes long, and I didn't hear a single one.
Maybe he's got a guy coming over and just like doing this in front of his face.
Wait a minute. His next episode is 40 minutes long, and it's a top 10.
Oh God.
Wait a minute. Hang on. How exactly do you get more than we do out of a time? Like we
talk
know
things to death.
We know how to pad a segment.
Absolutely, we do.
Oh no.
Well, maybe we can learn a thing or two from Brad.
Oh God.
Oh Jesus.
All right, keep it going.
So keep
right.
your eyes open.
Pre-orders have started for the 3DS, the Super Nintendo design of the 3DS, where it looks like a classic.
Stop it! Jesus.
Why would anyone listen to this?
All right. First of all,
Okay, nobody does because 0 YouTube followers.
not
Fair.
only is that just a bad sound, but for me, I think that's like Nick. You know how like grinding is like your weird like sound.
Yeah,
That's for me. Oh my God, does that
I had an ex-girlfriend that wanted to fucking murder people when she heard a knife scraping against toast.
So here's the thing, and like when you're doing a podcast, a gaming one especially, it's like when you do a news segment, when we have our news segment, which as it's been so adequately pointed out to us is like the first hour of every one of our shows.
Yeah.
We don't pick any stories that we can't say something about.
Exactly.
Because the only
except-
thing people want to listen to is your discussion on it.
Yeah.
If it was just the news headlines, they could go on GameSpot.
Exactly.
Except for that story about the board game people making video games.
We got 7 minutes out of that. Even if it was just 7 minutes of him saying that's stupid.
Dude, we know, like I said, we know how to pad a segment.
I got your back.
But this
bro.
is like Roger Corman level of padding.
Has he mentioned any news yet?
Yeah, he just said that the Super NES styled 3DS is now available.
Immediately preceding this, he talked about Pokemon Go Halloween stuff.
How did you not include the Pokemon Go on our Pokemon Go podcast?
Because the audio glitches were even worse there.
All right.
So I
thank you.
I spared you as much as I could. All right.
All right.
I am a gentle guy.
That's important to know. We're listening to the best. What we are hearing is the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least the most discussion worthy. All right. There's a little bit left on this clip.
All right.
Anything like that on the back, so it's kind of neat if you want it. It's $200. But if you want it, it's there. My nostalgia for the Super Nintendo isn't that great. It is honestly more of...
See, now this is his natural voice. Like, this is his normal, non-puker Jackie talk. You know, like, I don't understand why that's people's first inclination whenever they get behind a microphone. Like, it's either they completely crumble and they get so nervous that they can't even talk,
they say nothing,
or they back away from the microphone like this.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of
really quiet.
Yeah, like
really,
you do that,
really
you stupid fuck. But yeah, like this guy, like it's like he is trying to do the puker jock thing to like maybe he doesn't like his voice or something.
Or maybe it's just like because he's listening to radio and he thinks like, oh, this is what you're supposed to do behind a microphone.
Yeah.
Because there's like, and early on when we did a lot of those trash radio or trash segments, it would be because like my only experience with it was what I heard on the radio. So I'm like, oh, it's good enough to be on radio. It's good enough to be here.
Yeah, that's
not true.
I mean, we do. I mean,
we do some schlock occasionally.
In our own way, we do rip off bits that we hear on other shows. I mean, this entire bit is a rip off. But like the thing is that, you know, like I think you've got to have confidence behind what you put out there. Like,
absolutely,
you know what I mean. Like,
you have to be able to bring something to it,
right? Like if your voice is going in between this and the way that you actually talk, you know what I mean. Like people pick up on that, and when unless you can maintain this voice for the entire duration of your podcast, then there's no way that people are going to be able to believe that that's your actual voice.
And if that's the bit you want to play, that's what your voice is, go for it. But don't break consistency.
Oh, it's an awful bit though. It's so bad, it's so hacky. It's so fucking hacky. But
then again, it's better than sounding like. Never mind.
But I hear a lot of podcasters make this same mistake. Like clearly, this is a guy who's like, oh man, I've heard some good shows, and I'd like to be able to do that. And he got some stuff in his basement, and he's trying to put something together. And I respect that. Like for all the shit that we're giving you, Brad. Like and obviously, again, we're just giving you shit. Like it's all in good fun. But like I do have a lot of respect for people who have no training at it, who have an idea and they're going for the idea.
Yeah, let's make it work.
And very early on, I think if you hear early tapes of me, I'm affecting my voice and trying to make it lower or trying to push it. That it's like you can either do the puker jock, or you can try to push it. You can try to push your voice like this.
Yeah, all the rookie things.
Yeah, there's all a whole bunch of hokey shit that you can end up doing to your voice and affecting the way that you talk. And just talk how you normally talk. Like talk like that's why it helps to do a show with other people, because you can talk like you're talking to someone across.
Yeah, you just have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I really hope that he gets to this part, because it's very sincere on your part, by the way, Nate. But I hope he gets to this part of the show before he hangs himself.
All right, so we're going to skip ahead past.
He's not going to be able to tie a rope.
He's got great no-eye hand coordination.
That's what the midget's for.
He's not gonna tie it to a fucking load-bearing beam. He's just gonna hang it in drywall, and it's just gonna rip out fucking huge chunks of drywall when he tries to hang himself. So he's just sitting there looking stupid with a whole bunch of plaster around him.
He's gonna get so mad at us and find us at a convention and just completely whiff trying to punch us in the face. Like punch 3 feet to our right.
This is after punching 5 guys who sound like us.
Oh goodness!
Oh man, he's blind. It's just an easy target.
That's the joke.
It's an easy target.
Blind. All right, we're moving into the main topic now.
God.
Oh, good. We made it past news.
What? Where's the main topic?
It's not.
Where's your main topic? God damn it!
Oh, was he just paused there?
Basically, it looks just as you probably know, like a classic Super Nintendo, and I've talked about in ad nauseum. I've talked about so in detail about
ad nauseum. By the way,
he's giving me nauseum right now. Ugh. Again, where's the puker jock? Where it's
gone now. Now he's back to his regular voice.
There's like no trace of it anymore.
It was just for the intro to get you hooked in because he sounds professional. Wah 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 wah.
He sounds like it's like Tim Curry doing it when he laughs.
God, I haven't seen the Tim Curry version of it in a long time.
Oh man, classic.
I know. I think I like it. I think I like it better than the newer version.
It's hokier, but I don't know that I disagree.
I don't know, but
like
it's more,
the new
but
version.
it's more menacing though. Like, the new version is just like that sort of like if you gave it the clown surge, you know what I mean? Like it's just like the extreme version.
Yeah, I really liked the new version.
We're gonna take the creepiness up to like factor 4.
Yeah,
you know the little girl from The Ring. We're gonna make Pennywise do that kind of shit, and it's just like fucking stop it.
The new one has moments where like when it's on, it's on. It's so good, but there's a lot of it where it's just like it doesn't really land, and there's a charm to the original. Anyway,
yeah.
Back to
there's a charm
Brad.
to Brad too.
God damn it!
Wish I was killed by a clown before I listened to this.
At first, I thought it was smaller, but actually, the more that I think about it, this actually may be the same size as the original Super Nintendo controllers. I cannot remember. I really don't. They feel smaller, but then again, my hands were smaller back then too.
Oh my god! All right, so first of all, literally everything he said has been like countered with like, I know I've said this before, or I'm not really sure, but it seems like that, or I haven't looked into it, but.
This is.
Have you done any prep work, dude?
This is something that I hear YouTubers do a lot, where they qualify every opinion that they have, everything that they're going to say. It comes with it basically comes with an out.
Now,
you know
this is just my opinion, but I fucking hate that. Of course, it's just your opinion.
We know it's your opinion.
God damn, dude.
Now, I may be wrong, but it's sort of like when the news says, like, surveys say, like, a new study tells us.
It's just another way of saying, I'm not saying this, but I need it to be on the air to set up my bit.
Yeah, it gives you a shield. It gives you a shield against criticism.
Right, say something and stick to it.
Just have the fucking opinion.
Yeah, stick to your guns.
Just have the opinion, say the opinion, and then if people don't like it, deal with it.
Here's the worst one. Now, I don't think this way, but I've heard.
Right.
Right. So you still approve of it.
You know that something racist is going to be coming out of their mouth in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You can do that?
I'm not a racist, but...
And here's the thing, Brad.
But Nazis aren't horrible.
We're not calling Brad a racist.
No.
Oh, no, we're not. We're not. But here's the thing, Brad. Your show's already terrible. You're not going to lose anything.
How could Brad be a racist? He can't see color.
Jesus. Oh, we're really hitting on the blind thing.
Yeah,
we're really ramping up on that one.
All right, from here on out, blind jokes only worth half the points.
Okay, half points for blind jokes.
All right.
This just means you're getting twice as many.
Oh, God.
See, he thinks it's funny too.
He likes it.
He appreciated my blind jokes.
God damn it! It's not his real laugh.
It is.
It's not.
Lloyd in the chat points out he can hear Ebonics like twice as well, though.
Oh.
God.
Jedi Master says, "Yeah, stick to your guns and make fun of blind people and midgets."
When it works, it works.
Absolutely.
Hey, you can throw Asians in there too. We make fun of Asians.
The occasional cancer baby joke.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I happen to love Negroes and jazz.
Even our drops get in on the joke.
Yeah. All right.
No, but no, it feels and plays just like an old Super Nintendo controller.
What was he laughing at? Go back. Like what was the joke that he laughed at where the forced laugh came out?
His little hands?
Wait a minute.
Special guest Donald Trump?
Does he? Oh damn. No, but is he like the guy from fucking Scary Movie where he's got one of the little hands?
My tiny hand.
I mean, like, if he's blind and he has a tiny hand, then I feel really bad. Then I feel like we're really beating up on someone who doesn't deserve it.
I feel bad because we've had a lot more jokes we could have been making. What a waste.
Talk about being blindsided. That was from Old War Goat.
Thank you, Old War Goat.
Is he in a wheelchair too? Please tell me he's in a wheelchair too. Because we could
no wheelchair.
We can try to fundraise for him on Facebook and get shut down.
I hope if he is, I hope he has like a bunch of blind leader dogs, and he has like a dog sled that just takes him around.
Guys, he's a monkey. He just swings around from the branches.
He can't see the branches. That's so dangerous.
He uses echolocation.
Dude,
he does have sensitive ears.
A blind monkey. Can you think it like just think about it for a hot
swings by
second.
sense of smell.
No, blind monkey would be miserable. Like that thing would basically be looking for ways to kill itself all the time.
Oh my god.
Think about it. Like if you have a blind monkey in captivity, like
it's a millennial?
Like it's pretty much just trying to drown itself permanently. You know what I mean? Like it'll just climb as high as it can and just jump off of things and I mean, what else does a blind monkey do? Just stay on the ground all the time and what?
It's gotta suck. Like
you have no idea if your shit's hitting the mark when you fling it.
To be fair, the mother monkey probably carries him to the top of the tree and drops him. He probably doesn't have to do it himself.
I mean, even at 33? I mean, because
no, by that point, she realizes her mistake. Especially at 33.
Especially at 33.
All right, let's find out what he was laughing at.
Okay. Nothing.
Did he just go silent at this point?
No, it's
because it's twice that this has happened.
I really don't know, but no, it feels in place just like an old Super Nintendo controller.
I know what happened here. I know.
Your fingers just match. I mean, it was the perfect design. Your fingers just kind of go up to you got the shoulder, but it's a Super Nintendo controller, folks. That's all it is, with a decently long cord. Now I've got this connected to my PC. One thing you can do.
I know what happened here. I know. Someone in the chat made a joke that he laughed at and didn't set up the punchline. He didn't read the chat. There's a live show on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Someone in the chat made a joke that he laughed at.
Okay, hold on. There's a whole new set of problems there.
But I didn't
Somebody
hear the
would have been
laugh.
watching this.
But I didn't hear the laugh.
It was at the beginning. We heard it. It was at the beginning.
For some reason, like VLC is like really laggy on your computer.
Really?
Oh.
Yes.
It's the Nika computer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little slow.
No, not Nika computer. It's
Coop computer.
Computer?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Computer. Maybe I should have clipped this.
Maybe you should have.
All right. You want to try to find that laugh or just move on?
Nah, just
Yeah.
Okay.
We still have a whole other episode that I really want to get to.
Yeah, okay.
It does. You've got the power button and the reset button, and you've got the fake eject button and the fake control.
I could use a real eject button right now.
Jesus! Like he's really walking us through like what it looks like. We've seen the pictures. We've seen a Super Nintendo,
But it just translates really well on a podcast because you get to hear how cool it is.
How does he even know what the fuck it looks like?
he's feeling it. Okay.
Is that the hook? Is he like having to do that whole blind thing where like you're feeling someone's face and he's just telling us features about it? Like he's like, oh, I feel the power button and here's the reset button.
He starts going on the cord. He's like, it's got a cord. Wow, that's a really long cord.
How's he know it's a fake reset button? It could be working. He doesn't know.
It probably doesn't press in.
Well, it's like it's a slider because it's a Super Nintendo.
Maybe it doesn't slide.
Maybe it doesn't slide.
Yeah, that must be it.
Yeah, it's not. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Brad.
Oh, Brad.
What is it? The regular Wii style connection, but you lift there's where the fake controller ports are. You pull that down, and then you've got the real controller where you plug in the actual controllers there.
Did he just go like Southern for a second? Pull that down.
And I think he said controller about 50 times in that.
He did.
The 12-second clip.
Mm-hmm. More controllers than audio glitches. That's
right.
Impressive.
Yeah.
All right.
Just keep it going.
Okay.
And it's USB powered. You can plug it into the wall.
Fuck my life!
But it also powers via USB if connected to a computer. So I've got it
It's the worst
sitting
thing
on
I've
my
ever
desk,
heard.
connected to the television on my desk, and connected to the Mac Mini is where it's drawing its power from. So
honestly, I would be tapping out on this. I could not even.
I would have tapped out in the opening.
I could not even pay attention to 30 seconds of this if it wasn't for the fucking audio glitches.
I feel like this guy took one of those videos, like the YouTube guide videos, how to hook your system up properly, and said, That's a bit right there.
Hey,
That's a segment.
He's painting us a word picture, okay? I know that he has a TV on his desk next to the Mini Mac.
Ugh.
And it gets power, so there's no power cord anywhere nearby.
Ugh.
This is awful.
Ugh.
All right, so we're going to skip ahead.
Okay. You said that this show's 20 minutes long?
19 minutes, yes.
Jesus Christ.
All
Okay,
right, so,
all right.
So at this part, he kind of goes over some of the games and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And so we're going to hear about what he thinks about Star Fox 2.
Okay, because yeah, Star Fox 2 did come out on the system finally many years later.
This will actually be the first review I hear of Star Fox 2.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
Will it?
Sell me, Brad.
One thing
I hope he tells us about the
people have
graphics.
talked about, I think, is the
How would
dumbest
he
thing in the
know?
world.
I know.
You cannot play Star Fox 2 until you complete the first level of Star Fox 1. And I have yet to do just because
Oh my God!
I've yet to do because I haven't had 5 minutes.
So wait, do we not get a review of Star Fox 2?
No, he can't
He's
play it
never
yet.
played it. He hasn't
Son of
played
a
it.
bitch, Brad, you let me down.
Well, he can't clear the first level of Star Fox 1 blind would be hard.
I think the first level of anything blind would be hard.
I guess I don't remember much about the original Star Fox. Can you probably just hold down the shoot button and get through the first level by yourself? Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
don't care right now. I've tried.
Well, if you don't care, why should we?
Yeah. It's a great question.
That's lesson 1.
See, here's the thing. Here's why we can get away with that shit. Okay?
Because the whole show's built around it.
Is because we make it funny somehow.
Yeah.
Right? Like we make our ignorance funny. We make it entertaining. But this is just like admitting to things you haven't played. Like, if you haven't played it or you have no opinion on it, why even bring it up?
Yeah, you can have, like, if you watch a review and you have an opinion on it, go for it as long as you can make it entertaining. But if you haven't played it and don't have an opinion on it, maybe omit. Maybe just say, yeah, don't need to talk about that.
Maybe he gets his seeing eye dog to play all of his games, and that's why he can't get past the first level of Star Fox.
Oh, I mean,
that would make a lot of sense.
I hope he has the best trained seeing eye dog in history. Seeing eye dog is like, can put in like the Konami code and everything. Hell yeah.
I want to train a dog to play Dark Souls on a fucking DDR mat.
Awesome.
That, I mean, like, you know,
Don't you have to be able to do that to train a dog to do that?
He's not talking about the dog doing it well.
Yeah, no.
He just is playing.
But it's just, that seems to be the logical extension of like, hey, I can play it on a Guitar Hero controller with my feet.
Can you teach a dog to do it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love this idea. That could be a whole Twitch channel by itself.
Yeah.
Free idea.
It's one of those games last week that I did my top 10 on. Going back and actually
Two
playing
cats
Star
yelling
Fox
in the
now.
chat says it's a blind dog. This fucking idiot. He's blind, and so he gets a blind seeing eye dog.
Oh.
It's got a real powerful sense of smell, though.
Now you've just got two fucking living beings with just incredible senses of smell, and all they do is just smell each other's shit all day long.
It's a deaf dog. It's a blind human and a deaf dog. What a combination.
All right, let's keep going.
I can tell you... Oh, I don't know why I put it on my top 10.
Oh my God. Here's a preview for next show.
Spoiler alert.
I put it on my top 10, and I don't know why I put it on my top 10.
This is so bad. We don't have to Jocktober it. We could have let this just play, and we could have gone and gotten like a shawarma or something.
Nate almost died.
Juxtober and oh my God. If you're saying out loud, I don't know why I'm doing this. Then
we don't know why you're doing this. We promise.
You guys, I had to listen to this in the car.
Yeah, you had to listen to this in its entirety. You're a trooper.
I was.
How did you not drive into oncoming traffic?
I was worried my speakers were going to blow out during this whole episode. I want you guys to know.
Just because of the audio problem?
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
All right, so moving on with we're going to keep going on this tangent.
The game does not hold up. It really does not. It was amazing.
What game is he talking about?
Star Fox 1 still.
Imagine that. Star Fox 1 doesn't hold up in 2017.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It really... It opened my eyes to a new world of gaming, which I've heard other people say this, and I said this last week.
It opened his eyes, did it?
Well.
That's shocking.
It opened my dumb, stupid eyes that don't work. It opened my fucking eyes and then put its penis in it.
Oh.
What?
I don't know.
Good. That's.
I don't know. I'm just being aggressive.
I like the fact you inserted the penis though.
Of course you would.
When playing Star Fox, you it's honestly like those vector graphics games, but
yes, that's what Star Fox was.
That were in the arcade.
So
let's see.
Oh, let's see. Let's see, huh?
He's making his own blind jokes.
I know. Oh my God! Say something.
No, he's looking.
How long does this go?
And
Wait a minute.
but
Let's go.
but-
Oh my God!
That was like a solid 18 seconds.
Yeah, go back. We have to.
Oh my God, you know who this is?
I have to run a fucking stopwatch on
This is Travis from Fallout 4, the radio DJ on there who's like super anxiety and has no fucking clue what he's doing. Except this guy isn't even remotely entertaining when he does it.
Holy shit. All right.
All right. I have problems when I go back, so hopefully this works.
All right. Oh.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Damn you, VLC.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
What'd you do?
Come on.
What'd you
Just
do?
give it a sec. Give it a sec.
Don't ruin Juxtober. You can't ruin Juxtober, Juxta. Not allowed to.
It's fine, VLC.
Well, fix VLC.
I love, by the way, that we use VLC in this modern era, like, and everyone does.
Yeah.
let's see. All right, here you go.
$13 Mississippi, 14 Mississippi, 15 Mississippi.
Transmitters are off. If you're on a radio station. Oh my
anyway,
God.
17 seconds.
Nearly
Wow.
20 seconds of dead air. If you're on a radio station, transmitters are shutting off and engineers are being called.
Oh, because they think just like, oh, something's broken?
Yeah, they're like, oh, clearly the computer has stopped running. We need to get people in to fix things. And instead, you're just trying to figure out where the fuck you were in your like.
That fix there was just putting on your glasses, bro.
That was insane. I don't even know what to say about 17 seconds of silence.
Here's the thing about it. Best part of the whole show. Best part of the whole show.
You know, I can see that.
Shut up. God, you're a blind monkey.
Why I'm doing this, but you've got Star Fox.
Why
You
are
have to
you
unlock
doing this?
Star Fox 2.
So we need to get into this next episode, actually, if we're going to do it.
Yeah,
Like, we need to get into this top 10.
We're almost out of time here.
All right. So
Is that a separate VLC file, the next episode?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Exit out of VLC
Yeah.
and reopen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just so you know,
So we're gonna take a couple of clips from another show just in case he was having a very bad show.
Maybe it was. Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
Right?
I was gonna say, it looks like we have 3 clips here. Let's play the entirety of the clip before we riff on it. That way we can hear the whole thing.
Is that worth doing?
Yeah, Juxta.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then
I was
let's
gonna
go.
say, I mean, I we appreciate you pausing when we want to talk, but you don't have to.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Coming to you from a little corner of the world with coffee cup in hand, it's the Blind Monkey Show. And now here's a guy who absolutely hates top 10 lists because, well, that they're always so personal and never objective. It's Brad. Hiya, folks.
Oh, okay, I get
Wait
it.
a minute.
He's introducing himself.
He's trying to be his own announcer.
He's his own Higgins.
I get
That's
it.
why he was doing the puker jar. Okay.
The
all
bit
right.
makes more sense when he doesn't
Yes.
like botch up the intro.
That's right. Yes.
Now it makes sense.
Now it makes sense. Okay.
Still sucks.
It's
awful.
Horrible. It is fucking that like you know that you can pay somebody $5 on the internet to record that for you.
This is what the midget's for.
There you go.
You're
And
enslaved.
not only
midget.
like if you pay $5 every week, not only will you get that, but you can probably get a cock shot too. You know,
I would think so. Yeah.
right? Like there
For
are
$5?
combo voice service and cock shot.
Instead of a $5, it's a midger.
My God. Nice.
There's a little bit of truth in that. I mean, they're never objective. Top 10 lists or top 50 lists or 100 lists, they're always, there's some sort of personal bias in them. They're absolutely
Biased.
never objective, and
He was fighting that enemy in FF11.
We have our favorites, we have our likes and our dislikes, and so that's kind of what the focus of today's show is going to be about. Is I'm actually doing a top 10 games list, and these are not the best, what I consider the top 10 games of all time by any stretch of the imagination with some of the ones on this list.
Wait, so hold up. You're complaining that these lists are always biased as you're set up to do a biased list?
Right.
I thought he was setting up like, so I'm going to do an objective list.
Right.
Like, I thought that was the bit.
And that's how the bit construction works. Like, if you're going to tear down the list, you've got to be able to throw your own suggestions onto the, like,
you put some of your own,
you build your own top 10 list instead.
Right, but you say it's objective. This is the completely objective list.
Right.
And then you put on shit that is clearly there because you love it. That's the joke.
And you call out the list that you're reading off of that you think is bunk. You
Exactly.
go, yeah, there's some bullshit list from Alley Pride Gaming that we're going to go through.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck that person.
Because, by the way, Allie had sent in an entry for Juxtober.
Really?
I think that was the RE podcast, the Resident Evil podcast. I think that was Allie's podcast.
Was it?
Yeah. Here's the thing. We're not going to get to it today, and probably we're not going to get to it ever. For a few reasons, it was actually not that bad.
It was pretty good.
And you talked to someone who was really smart.
And really good interviewer.
Yeah.
It's not seldom we compliment other podcasts. You're actually going to get a compliment today.
Yeah.
It was good.
So fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you for making us compliment you.
Blind Monkey's sitting there going, "Oh my God, what the fuck?
What did I do?
I didn't know that I was going to be the only one."
No, and actually, straight up, like in our host chat, like Nate just comes on. He's like, "I don't think I want to Juxtober. This is pretty decent."
There's nothing. Yeah, we would sound stupid.
We'd be the idiots. Yeah, so we just passed.
Way to follow up that great question answer by just agreeing. Am I right, guys? All right, so we're skipping ahead. We're going to skip one clip, but we're going to get into his top 10 list. One of his games is Final Fantasy 3, aka Final Fantasy 6.
Oh.
And we're going to listen to some of his opinions about it.
Okay.
An amazing story that just hooked you. And the way it was told and the way it unfolded with all the characters. The game had 14 playable characters total, and each one had their own. Each one was fleshed out with their own story.
I can't believe he likes a game with a lot of reading involved.
Dang.
I would have thought these would have all been in the age of voice acting.
Yeah, right?
I
didn't know digital text came in Braille.
I really liked Umaru's fleshed out story. It touched me.
That's right.
Story, and just getting that much, and Kefka being. Spoiler alert for a 20-year-old game.
You do not. Stop it. Stop it. You do not need to issue a spoiler alert for a fucking game that old, nor do you need to explain that Final Fantasy VI is 20 years old. There's no... First of all, there's no one listening. Second of all, anyone who is listening already knows all of that. So you're explaining it to the all zero people. Good job.
Actually wins. He gets what he wants, accidentally, I might add. He ends up destroying the world halfway through the game, and then the second half of the game you're in the world of ruin, and of course you have to destroy Kefka at the end. But Kefka, to this day, is the only villain in the Final Fantasy series that actually won. He won. He destroyed the world.
I just want to point out that is definitely not true, because X-Death in Final Fantasy V, spoiler alert for a 20-year-old game, X-Death won.
Yeah.
If you think about it, Golbez won because in Final Fantasy IV because he got to the moon.
In which Final
Fantasy IV?
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy IV. Yeah. So
I don't know what that number is. Yeah.
And I love Kefka because a lot of people like to say it was pure evil and he knew what he didn't know what he was doing. He was power hungry. All he cared about was power. He wanted more and more power. And he didn't care how he got it. And
are we going to go through point by point and go through the FF6 plot?
Because all he wanted was the power. When he got on with the floating island, and halfway through the game, he wanted those the what is it? I can't remember the details on how it happened.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're giving us our story rundown.
But all he cared about was the power. But it inadvertently destroyed the world and made him the most powerful being, made him a god.
Here's the thing.
Sounds like he knew what he was fucking doing then.
Here's the thing. When you do
Did Keffa not know what he was doing?
when you do a show alone, right? Like, the least that you have to do is be informed with what you're talking about. Like, again, you know, like earlier I said we make jokes about our ignorance, but like there's four, sometimes 5 people on this show where it's like, if I don't know something, I'm pretty sure one of you knows enough about it.
Someone on the cast knows.
Exactly.
And even if they don't, we can just play that up as a bit.
So here's what I think. Are we done? Are we done with the blind monkey clips?
Yes.
Yes.
Those
please.
are over.
Please.
Okay. All right. Here's my final assessment, blind monkey. Here's what I think you should do. I think that you should get some co-hosts. I think, especially
Preferably
since,
a midget.
You know, sure, maybe a midget. I think you should you should get a deaf giant. I think you should.
What a cast.
I think you should get a mute Asian, and you
can do your drops.
That's right. Exactly.
And edit in post.
That's right. Yeah. And I think that you also need to find find a hole for all of your jokes, your bad jokes to fall into, so that she can sit there and berate you for your shitty opinions and have all of her, just to spoil any amount of humor or forward momentum that you clearly don't have. You need a hole, and she's got to have her own,
Paraplegic.
I was thinking more like
A mute.
No, the Asian's the mute.
Yeah, the Asian's the mute.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
mute Asian.
We were already making her a woman. That's a second-class citizen in this country.
Hey, being a misogynist is my bit.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I was
in your territory.
I was going to say clitoral mutilation, but
Wow.
maybe that's a little bit too much.
Ow.
I feel like it loses a lot of its appeal when it's just a podcast.
I mean, yeah. You can call it freaks and geeks. There you
RPM
go.
MMO Radio says, are you pawning Nika off on him?
If only.
Ugh.
I like
We wouldn't send Nika to that.
I like RP
Speak for
MMO
yourself.
Radio is like kind of like chipping in during this whole segment.
Yeah.
And they submitted a Jocktober for LBR, so they're next, buddy.
We'll get to you.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
This is going to be fun.
It's going to be a good time.
I think that's going to do it here for the final encounter cast.
You don't want to know about his top 10?
Is it quick?
I mean, we can go run through it real quick if you want.
No.
No, I don't care what his top 10 is.
You mean you're going to tell us what the top 10 is? We don't have to listen to his dumbass.
No.
Okay, all right.
No.
You tell me.
Okay, what do you think his number 1 is? Because Final Fantasy 6 is number 2.
All right, so he likes Final Fantasy games. If he really liked 6, he probably likes 9 a lot. They're similar. 9, I'll give him FF9.
Nope, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles in Time.
Best game
For
of all
the
time.
NES?
For the Super Nintendo. For the SNES.
For the sniz.
SNES.
Oh.
And then for number 3, we got Final Fantasy 7. Star Fox is number 4, which he later redacted.
That's the one he said, I don't know why this is on here.
Yeah, that
Doesn't
later,
hold up.
Next episode. And then Sonic 2 is number 5.
I liked Sonic 2. It was very good.
Number 6 is the illustrious Crazy Taxi.
Okay. I guess it was a game. It was decent.
I mean, I guess if you're blind, yeah. You can just...
Didn't you get points for running things over?
Nothing matters, yeah.
Yeah, you get points for mowing things down.
7,
I think he'd be really good at that game.
7 is Myst on the computer.
MYST Mist?
Yes.
Wow.
What a boring game.
Yeah, right? Didn't they give you free copies of that in other games? I think they did.
After a while, yeah. I think you're right.
Number 8, we have Warcraft 2.
Really? Over
2?
Warcraft 3?
Warcraft 2.
3's the beloved one, right?
Warcraft 2, because it spawned Warcraft 3 and later World of Warcraft. But he started on Warcraft 2, so that's why it's number 8.
But Warcraft spawned Warcraft 2, so by that logic...
But he didn't play Warcraft.
Oh.
Number 9 is Doom.
Fair enough.
And topping the list at number 10 is EverQuest.
Not as good as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time.
No.
That's I mean, there's like 3 games that I agree are good games on there. I don't think they'd ever crack a top 10.
Okay, but you're being objective.
Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. FF6 and 7 probably could arguably crack a top 10, objectively.
Yeah.
Everything else on there, I don't think so.
No. I'd say it's all pretty arguable after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I
But
put
that's
Twisted Metal on there.
But that's
That's a better
Just
game of
his
Crazy
opinion.
Taxi.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
No, Twisted Metal in place of Star Fox because that got taken off the list.
There you go.
Anyway, all right. Thanks, Blind Monkey, for the submission. It was fun tearing your show apart. And I saw someone in the chat asking if Blind Monkey was going to do the same to us. Yeah, we're gonna provide you with a piece of audio, and you get to do whatever you want with it.
Believe me, you think we don't have some shit that you can tear apart?
That's right.
Oh, it's there.
Oh yeah. We just got to find something good.
Yeah, we don't want to give you something like that's just boring.
Right.
Like something good.
Yeah.
Something that is where we look dumb.
Yeah.
We don't want to be Alley Pride Gaming. Gosh, way to ruin the bit, Alley.
Seriously, you can't send us good things.
Right?
Yeah. All right. Well, that was actually way fun.
And here's the other thing is, my suggestion to find co-hosts is actually a genuine suggestion.
No, definitely.
It's easier now than ever to Skype people in or use Discord or whatever it is. And I know that I kind of complain about those shows a lot because I feel like they are boring. But I do think that it would put you in put you on a path to the right direction.
Yeah, and I give you credit for trying to do a show solo. It's hard.
Doing a show solo dolo style is fucking intimidating.
Crazy hard.
I wouldn't do it.
By the way, I think
I've done it. It was called Nate in the Morning.
Yeah,
and it wasn't
hard.
It wasn't very good.
Yeah. People hated it.
Well, no, people loved
Yeah,
it. That's the thing is that they still keep asking me for it. I don't know if anyone would be missing the Blind Monkey podcast.
Yikes.
Anyway, if you've had a good time today, we're going to keep this train going. We're going to keep Juxtober going all the way through Limit Break Radio because we've got some FF14 content.
Oh, I'm
to
so
check
looking
out.
forward to this.
Content, quote unquote.
Yep. So join us. Stick around 4 p.m. That starts Limit Break Radio right here at twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. Again, shout out to Blind Monkey Podcast for submitting their podcast. Do subscribe to them. Like, honestly, go seek him out. Find him on YouTube. He does have 0 subscribers. And the thing is that without feedback, you never get better.
You never improve.
And so while this did sound very brutal, and of course we were just making a lot of cheap blind jokes, which weren't even that good. But, honestly, your show is rough. It definitely needs...
It's unpolished.
Unpolished, but there's not nothing there. There's a concept there that you're at least running with, and I'll give you that. Less on the fake laugh.
Yeah, don't do the fake laugh. Don't do
the
your
fake laugh.
Puker jock voice.
I don't know. Actually, if it's a bit, I'm willing to forgive it. I thought that was just his thing.
If you're gonna do it though, it's got to be more than that.
Get some music.
Get some music behind it. Make it sound like the beginning of a show.
Yes.
Have like a fake house band in the background playing you in.
Right.
Something like that.
And that's not difficult. All you got to do is have just VLC running in the lower background in the back,
And when you introduce yourself, come on out like you've just been introduced. Thank your crowd, thank your audience. Make it go the whole 9 yards with the bit if you're going to do it.
That's right.
And as Mr. Jack adequately pointed out, no dead air. 17 seconds of dead air is not okay.
Again, a co-host will help with that.
Yes.
If you're there solo, what else do you do?
Edit it out?
I mean, yes, you do edit it out, but I mean, if you're live, you know what I mean? What do you do? You can't go to tape.
You learn to tap dance.
It's true.
Sing the DuckTales theme song.
All right, that's going to be it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it for Final Encounter Cast. If you actually have a show that you want to put through this process, we don't have to limit this necessarily to October. We're always open to doing
Juxvember,
an on-air critique of somebody's podcast.
That could be a regular segment.
Yeah, it really
I would
could
do
be.
this anytime.
Oh yeah,
so fun.
Yeah. So if you want to submit your content for something like this, go ahead and send it over to finalencountercast@gmail.com. All right, guys, that's going to be it for Final Encountercast this week. Again, shout out to the Blind Monkey Podcast for putting themselves through the ringer. Very brave of them. Him. Very brave of him. Yeah, make sure you come back next week. Not next week.
Not next week.
Not next week.
2 weeks
In
time.
2 weeks, that's right. Because next week we're going to be off. We will be running some best of shows, but we're not going to be here. So come back in 2 weeks for a brand new Final Encounter cast. And if you miss us, we're not going to be taking the week off over on Checkpoint, so you can find that over at checkpointradio.com. All right, that's going to be it. I want to thank my crew, Chow, Young Fat, Robbie, Callie. My name's Nate. Have a good one. Final Encountercast is a production of FinalEncountercast.com, Limit Break Radio, and Bender Media Productions. Today's episode was produced by Nate Bender, Callie Sloan, and Kooky Persona. This show is made possible by the generous Patreon donors of the podcast Limit Break Radio. Opening music provided by Keyboard Kid. More info and music can be found at keyboardkid206.bandcamp.com. Closing music provided by Sobsy. For more info, visit sobsy.bandcamp.com. Final Encountercast and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.